Showtime in 60 seconds. "45 seconds. "30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I'm going to take this G-string candy and I am going to add to it on my wife and turn her into an Indian. With all the beads.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
And give her a good
little feather hat or something.
Yeah, something like that with a little top thing hanging over her boobs.
Now, are you looking to make
beads?
Are you looking to make that yourself, or are you looking to have her do it?
I don't know. I might be able to make it myself by buying a bag of these little round things, candies, and then sticking a string to it.
You want me to
and then give her an Indian name, like Sarah Ho?
Wow. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Levels straight and stuff. Seth Kushner hosted, I think, for 2 days, Thursday, Friday, last week.
That's right.
I am like an admittedly borderline retarded on anything that's been happening in the world since last Wednesday. I did try to catch up a little bit on the Olympics yesterday, but They go on too long. They need to be have more events. Like they were doing this alpine high jump ski maneuver in the air kind of deal when I was trying to watch it yesterday, and he was going through all two. It's like okay, just go through the first round and then flip it over to something else. Do you guys know on the Peacock network?
Yes, they have the highlights. There's a highlight.
They should be having other events.
I think they're running events on all the NBC channels and aren't they?
I think just CBN. I think just maybe CNBC, because I was watching curling over there, and Merch could not she's like, I can't understand the concept of the sport.
If you go to Peacock, the actual app. That's where they have everything.
Oh, yeah, you want to go to an app. So you have to watch it on your phone?
No, on your TV, too.
On the box, they have it has an Olympic category.
Yeah, exactly, too.
Okay, well, I only have the box set up in one particular area, and I wasn't in that area yesterday. And then
if you go, because you got to go to your Peacock, the whole channel, it has all the options on every sporting event.
I was trying to stay, I think I missed I was going to watch the USA men's hockey against Germany, because that was a big game. It gives them a bye into the quarterfinals. I see now that they did win against Germany. It's kind of looking like it's going to be USA versus Canada in the hockey deal. And Canada, to me, looks like I think they beat the last team. I think they played Sweden. They beat them 9-1 or something. Just lighten them up. So I did happen to catch like maybe the last 25 laps of the Daytona 500. I did get a chance to watch that.
Well, you caught the best parts because the other laps were pretty boring.
Yeah. They've made these cars so, I don't know if you noticed or not, but they've made them so hunky and so like just like dump trucks that you can get into it. You can legitimately get into a wreck and go back and fix your car a little bit and like win the race.
Yeah, I think there was only one guy that was officially out, but there was like 20 wrecks.
Back in the day, like when Tony and all those guys drove, their bodies were actually made out of handcrafted aluminum that they use these metal brakes, and that's these big pieces of machine that you can bend metal by hand and rollers and things like that, and the bodies were all made out of lightweight aluminum, and now I think they're made out of like carbon fiber, but if you like tear off a fender, you just pull into the pits and they put a brand new carbon fiber fender back on it.
Every time the announcer would say, wow, that was a big time wreck, you look at the car and it looked perfectly fine.
Right, exactly.
Well, Bubba, wouldn't you prefer to keep 40 cars in there than just have 16 cars at the end?
Well, I mean,
isn't that like the goal to make it like?
But they've made it now so like they've made it now where they've choked the horse. I think maybe some of the new packages that they put together, because after Michael Jordan whipped their ass in court. How about that, man? Michael Jordan whips NASCAR's ass in court.
And then wins the race.
And then his guy wins the Daytona 500. I mean, like,
poetic justice.
He's the man. But anyway.
Is this like a Jackie Robinson type moment?
I don't know.
Was he the first black owner to ever win?
Yeah, but he didn't have to sue his way in. He didn't have to sue the Major League Baseball to get in. You know what I'm saying? I think Major League Baseball's like, man, we really need these black guys have their own league, and they're way better than our white guys. We need to start triculating them in, and they just picked. I think they picked this is what they were called. So I don't want anybody to try to get me in trouble. They were the Negro. It was called the Negro Leagues. And was Jackie Robinson like the best in that league, and that's why he got first promoted, or was he just?
He was one of the younger ones.
Yeah, one of the younger ones.
One of the all-around better athletes.
Now, how many years was Jackie Robinson the only black guy in Major League Baseball? Was it only one, and then they're like, okay, let's go get the best players we can, or was it a few years?
I think it was for 1 year in the minors, and then it took a while for the major leagues.
Just because they were just
they had to make sure that
I think I've told you, and I got to get it from my dad. He's got a handwritten letter from Hank Aaron, because when Hank Aaron was rolling up on Babe Ruth's record, he played for the Atlanta Braves, and they did this thing like on 60 Minutes or something and Henry Aaron was just really a class act. He went on after his career with the Braves and the Brewers to be like, I think, very influential in the Braves organization, like a president or something like that. But he was always well-spoken and very well-mannered, and just obviously a great player. And as he was getting closer to beat the Babe Ruth record, and being from the South, he would get all these hate letters of people calling him the N-word, and just like not wanting him to break a white guy's record, and just it was really, really disturbing. And he would sometimes, I think he played outfield, and he from the stands. Listen, if you're an outfielder, you can hear people yelling at you. You can hear it. I mean, maybe if you're sitting in the first couple rows, the guy might be from maybe here to the mailbox.
Well, it's kind of like a little tunnel with the walls.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, if you're at the mailbox and I'm here, I'd be like, hey, love it, you're stupid. Look at how stupid you are. I mean, and they weren't calling Henry Aaron stupid. They were calling him the N-word. And so my dad wrote Henry Aaron, sent it to the Atlanta Braves, handwritten letter. I'm going to ask my dad for it, when my dad passes, I'm going to ask if I could have that letter. But he handwrites a letter, send it to my dad, 1915 Rosemont, Warsaw, Indiana. And my dad just basically wrote, hey, I watched your 60 Minutes or whatever deal it was, and it's just so unfair about how you're being treated. You should be, judged on your athleticism, and you're such a great player. And I look forward to the day that you surpass Babe Ruth at 715 home runs, and just know that, you're appreciated, and good luck to you. Just something real nice. And Henry Aaron wrote back a typed letter, which probably his secretary typed it, but then he signed it, But that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool I wonder if players get fan mail now, like through the regular mail, because with social media and everything like that.
Yeah, they get a ton because people want them to autograph stuff.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Do they? Will they autograph?
That depends on probably how busy the player is.
Right. Do they, like, Lummy, you worked a little bit in the Rays office. Like if a little kid, little Johnny McGillicuddy from Claypool, Indiana, sends, somebody his card, does he sign it and then he didn't have to send it? Like he didn't have to go to the player doesn't have to go to the post office.
No,
he just gives it to a Lummy to go and handle it.
Yeah, it depends on the size of the player, but the size of the player may also have his boy sign it for him.
Oh,
depending on if he thinks it's a kid or an autograph seeker, yeah,
or Blizzard Breaks,
yeah.
If you think it's Blizzard Breaks, see. That's what you should be doing, Seth. Is you should be using Sammy as a straw man in a little picture of her, with her favorite little.
So send pictures of my daughter out to.
No.
Wait, I'm confused though. So if it's a kid, there would be a legitimate autograph, or that would be the helper's autograph.
It would be a legitimate autograph.
Yeah, but if
an
it's
autograph seeker is a bogus one.
I'm not trying to send a picture of a kid, but like, hi, I'm Sammy, and I'm 8. And I go to such and such school, and I'm a big fan of yours. And
handwritten.
Handwritten.
Crayon.
Just handwritten. And
I gotta tell you, it'd be easier to show up at the spring training games, I think, than start sending letters out all over the country.
I don't know, man. The little, hi, I'm Sammy, and I'm 8 years old, little girl into sports. My dad takes me to the ball games. I mean, that makes that didn't get you an autograph.
You're right, Bubba.
I mean, for real.
Yeah, that's you're right. I should be developing scams around my daughter. I don't know what the hell I've been trying to.
I mean, listen,
do this the right way.
It's not developing a scam. It's getting that.
Why don't I just say she's in a wheelchair too?
No, I'm not. I wasn't.
Let's go make a wish. Let me just get some letterhead and say.
I was just legitimately trying to make her Sammy, 8 years old, little girl. I like baseball.
So should we use Brennan the Quad? Just on our picture, we're always Brennan the Quad, because we could get anybody to sign.
Oh yeah,
for
hi. My name's Brandon the Quad. I'm a quadriplegic. I was born this way, but I'm a big fan of yours, Otani. I collect cards a little bit, and here's a picture of me, and then you put Brandon the Quad like in a Dodgers like an Otani Dodgers outfit.
That's right.
And then
outfit.
Dodgers deal.
Just drape a Dodgers blanket over him.
How do you say no to Brandon the Quad? And you got Brandon the Quad with his little cobra and that card that he wants signed up there going, like you got it all cobra'd out, and he's got the card right there.
Man, Bubba, I'm surprised that, from all the time that you spent at 98 Rock during Livestock, because I know with Next Big Thing, you would have people with their sob stories. You would have people throwing anything they could your way to try to get you to possibly feel bad for them so they could go backstage or meet their favorite band.
You've seen my extensive guitar collection. I mean, I got all my guitars signed from
everybody.
From I got from everything from B.B. King to Aerosmith to Metallica to Loverboy to AC/DC to Stone Temple Pilots, Green Day. I mean, I got an extensive guitar collection. So, and I got the majority of those, Seth, from actually in my contract at 98 Rock when we had. Do you remember, Seth? Were you in town when we did as soon as the Nielsen fall book ended? You know how they go into that 4-week holiday book?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Saturday of the first week of the holiday book, and no agency buys the holiday book because, people's listening habits are different. So it's a throwaway book. And so, ratings period. So we would do the children's home auction on that Saturday, and every jock had to pull like 3 or 4 hours, and we would get Dean guitars or other guitars. Like in B.B. King's instance, he would only sign. And by the way, there were only 2 Lucille's that we got signed by B.B. King. I got one of them, and Jay Diaco has the other.
And it's on his wall still.
And so, anyway, Seth, we would get through the years, every band that came to town that 98 Rock or anybody from, at that time, Clear Channel promoted would get guitars signed for the children's home. Well, part of my contract stated that while whoever went to the concert, it was usually Mike Oliveira, the promotional director, they had to get one for me specifically.
They had to match whatever they got for the children's home for you?
Yes. Yes. So I didn't even have to go to these concerts, but on the line, like the Creed and the Three Doors Down. Oh, I mean, my Three Doors Down's probably worth more now than Brad.
Yeah, probably definitely.
I also have a Three Doors Down, like 10 times platinum. You know how, Seth, how they used to give jocks gold or silver platinum records?
Yeah, they give them streaming ones now.
I got an Lumby, that's probably worth a ton of money now.
It is, yeah.
So I mean, that's how I got my extensive guitar collection, was being at 98 Rock at Livestock. But yes, Seth, I would have a lot of people offer me a lot of different things. And usually offering their girlfriend is what got them backstage to get something signed by Motley Crue. I'm trying to think of while I was at 98 Rock, the biggest artists. We had Kid Rock, talking about Livestock. Just when I was there, we had Linkin Park, Kid Rock, Motley Crue. We had Jackal playing AC/DC with Brian Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
We had Brian Johnson with Jackal as the band.
Godsmack,
Creed, Three Doors Down. I'm just trying to think I think Tool.
Tools. I saw Tools they're looking to do a Las Vegas residency
at the Sphere.
Is it the Sphere?
They're looking to do at the Sphere. At the Sphere. There's this new place that's shaped like a spear.
I would definitely go to that.
At the Sphere. Yes, they're thinking about doing. I got it as a story, and I'll get to it later today. But yes, Tool is thinking about doing a residency at the Sphere.
Have you been there yet?
I've seen it.
No, but yeah.
When I went to Ronnie, the limo driver's wedding, Merch Crick and I drove by it. But we didn't, go in it.
Yeah, I watched U2 in it. I saw U2 inside of it.
You actually went to it.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's how some of those rides at Universal, you're just in a seat that moves and you don't really move. It just like shakes, but you don't really go anywhere. But you feel like you're on a roller coaster. It's so panoramic. It's so overwhelming that the whole time you feel like you're, in a new world. It's incredible.
Is it like you're on mushrooms?
It's
not that you've done a lot of mushrooms in your life.
It's not like you're on mushrooms. It's just
it's like a whole.
It's you can't get if you can't sit far back if you're in a balcony. But I heard the capacity
is like 18,000.
Yeah, it's huge. It's absolutely massive. But if you get the whole panoramic view, if you're in the front 30 rows of the sections, then it's so over. It's all your senses are encompassed by this. There's no distraction.
I'd love to see Pink Floyd. Can you imagine Pink Floyd?
Yeah, but Pink Floyd concert. I've been to a Pink Floyd concert. It would be trippy, but they're sleepy.
Yeah,
Tool would be incredible.
Well, Tool is getting that's the band that has announced they'd like to play, or that's either the Sphere has contacted Tool or Tool has contacted them, where that could be happening. And man, with their music, I
thought it used to just be Wayne Newton and stuff in Vegas. Now they're getting some. Getting some cool acts.
They are. Didn't Britney do like 10 years in Vegas?
Yeah, long time. Yeah, a lot of major. Celine Dion did. I mean, a lot of major singers do that because
Elvis wrapped up his career in Vegas.
Yeah, it's a good way to go. And traveling and being on the tour bus and living in hotels sucks.
But hold on, you're living in a hotel there.
But
are you?
Yeah,
not necessarily.
You can't have a house.
No. I think they give you the option to they Airbnb like a big mansion.
Yeah.
Or maybe I think maybe even the big ones like the Wynn and things like that. Like they actually own a performer's mansion to whoever's the performer stays. Like that, it's like an $8 million mansion that they just bought, and then that's where you live if you're the performer.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're probably not spending any money while you're there for your residency either.
No, I don't think so either.
And you get concert money every single night.
Yeah, they'll
without the bus rides.
So Elvis I was watching a documentary on Elvis, and I forget how much he made a night. It was like $100,000 a night or something like that. This is back in the day, and then he'd get like 10 to 15 grand of chips to go down and play because they wanted the star of their show to intermingle with potentially some gamblers. But Elvis would just give it to all of his bodyguards and backup singers and stuff, and they would go out there because he didn't want to, because he would just get mobbed.
He got $100,000 per night, per week. 100,000 per week.
Okay, I knew it was 100,000. I didn't know what. So 100 per week.
But it looked like up to 25,000 in chips every night.
Every night.
Yeah.
Every night. I mean, if you just went home, Dan, straight home, that's what 125,000. I mean, 25,000 times 7 was $150 or so.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Have your lummy go down there to the cage and turn it in.
Well, I mean,
Incredible.
you had that sweet deal with the the Sun Cruise?
Yeah, I had I call it the Barnacle Cruise.
I mean,
I've told that story.
Yeah.
I've already told that story. I didn't want to do it, so I started doing it when I was on the Power Pig, and I had 7 gigs a week, and it was Sunday night, and I hated it more than anything. It was that. Remember, it was that sun. It was, what was it called? I forget what it was called.
I thought it was this. It's one up in Newport Richie, right?
No, it was the one down in Johns Pass.
Oh, okay.
And it's this boat. It was before I think Hard Rock had gambling or something like that, and it was this gambling boat that went 9 miles out into the international waters, and then you could gamble. And then they had me when we were coming in. It was like 4 hours. And then they had me do like a wet T-shirt contest on the way in, and so they got me to commit like to 6 months. They paid me like $300, $400 cash, and then that was the first deal. Well, I hated it, and I already had 6 gigs before. I mean, everybody at the Power Pig already hated me because I had so many gigs, just because I was the only one that could talk about. Everybody else had to follow their stupid little clock, talk. Well, I mean, they had this all radio.
Oh, that kind of stuff, the formal stuff.
Yeah, all music stations have this. Seth will tell you this clock. At 5 after you got a speed break, which is like 30 seconds. The new, 93.3 FLZ, the Power Pig. Don't forget, blah 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 blah. Just 30. It was called a 30-second speed break. Then you played 2 songs, and you played a bumper, and then you went into your your 18 or 19 or 20 after stop set with like a opportunity to speak up to a minute, and then afterwards you had to talk up the rack,
So every hour was very organized.
Yeah, except for me, I can do anything I wanted. I mean, I literally would open the show with the vagina caper from 2 Live Crew for like 4 minutes, and then you'd hear me like burp and fart and put my Wendy's order in, and so I could do anything I wanted. So in doing anything that I wanted, Dan, I could literally every break talk about tonight. I'll be at New Maco's, Newport Richie for No Panties Thursday night. Girls that aren't wearing panties get in for free. And so no other jocks could talk about their appearances unless it would be like a 30-second speed break once a show or something. Well, I made my whole entire show an infomercial as to where I was going to be that night, which means everybody went there, which means no other jocks got gigs, which means I was the most hated guy. That's why I'm still the most hated guy, Lummy.
Yes.
So it's just all jealousy.
So when I forget the Starlight Cruise or whatever the hell, after my 3 months,
Is it
the Empress Cruise Lines, Empress Cruise Lines. After my 3-month commitment to them, I went to Desiree, the salesperson. She's like, they want to sign you up for another 3 months. I go, nope, I'm not doing it. I hate it. I want my Sunday nights because in order to be there, the ship left at 6. I lived in Palm Harbor. I had to leave, even cutting it close, at 5. they would literally, everybody would be on the ship ready to go, and I'd get there like at 5 after 6, and everybody would be looking at me to get on the boat. I'd be like, I didn't care. I had like 5 of my posse with me.
Was it every week?
Every Sunday.
Oh, that's a lot. It's a big commitment.
I did it for 3 months because I had a 3-month contract with them. So they're like, they want to sign you up for another 3 months. Well, I said, I'm going to make it impossible for them to say yes. There's no way they're going to say yes. So I want $600. I want $400 in chips. And I want to be able to go into the captain's lounge, and he had this little couch, and lay down and, chill out. And then I had Dig, Dug, and Pantera, Lummy, and Coco and Half-Breed as my posse. They go out and sign girls up, and then I'll go out on stage, for 15 minutes when we're floating back in and do the wet T-shirt contest. And I also need my own food. I'm not eating your guys' barnacle buffet. I call it the barnacle buffet. I don't need any of that. I want lobster and shrimp and steak and all that kind of stuff. And they agreed to it. So you
were cutting Elvis deals back in Tampa.
I was cutting Elvis deals back in the Power Pig. Those days are long gone. Before we go into words, here's your official Olympic Winter Games medal count. Norway with 26, Italy with 22, United States with 17, Netherlands with 11, and Sweden. Where's Canada?
Yeah, you got to keep going down.
Oh, my God. Where's Canada's got... I mean, you would think that a lot of... There it is, right
15th.
there. 15th. You would think a lot of your success would be based on the weather that you live in, right? Like if you lived in I think Norway, Dan, isn't Norway very snowy a lot of times?
Yeah, it's pretty far north.
So I'm thinking,
those countries tend to do well. The host countries, and then the Norway, Sweden, Netherlands. Those countries tend to do well.
Why do the host countries do so well?
Because
they're cheating. Because the judges are cheating for them.
No, because they grow up in the snow, and that's the sports that they do. They skate, and they ice
Italy's
skate.
not a snow.
Dude, there's somebody from Ocala on the ice dancing team or something.
I know. There's a black girl from Ocala who's like the captain of the ice dancing team. Something like that.
Traditionally, that was why. I mean, kids in Florida weren't ice skating very often. Ice rinks in Florida kind of sprang up after the Lightning started. But and the host nation, yes, they're motivated, and probably the judges are a little biased towards the host nation. I agree with that. But didn't Canada get caught cheating with the curling?
Yes. Yeah, they did. Yeah,
on both men's and women's.
How do you cheat with curling?
They double touch.
Yeah, but then
it's like double hitting a ball when you're golfing.
But now they're saying like they're going to change the rules, or the rules are changing.
What do you mean cheating with curling?
I'm sure there's a slowed down video that
there is.
Won't get us copyright strike, but
when you double touch, what do you?
You release the stone and then the guy hit it with his finger. It's a very subtle touch. I don't even know if it does anything, but the guy got caught cheating, and then he started getting defensive and started yelling "F you," and I guess really broke the decorum that is curling. So
yeah, the biggest thing was him starting to cuss.
It's really rocked the world.
And then the women's did it, but the judge caught them instead of the other team catching them, and they got penalized.
Yeah, they did.
Do you have video of it? Can we get to it next? Maybe
I'm gonna try to see which one.
Get a copyright, Willie.
Yeah, I'm trying to find one.
Then when I return, I have to talk about something that's probably somewhat uncomfortable for Lummy. It's very uncomfortable for me, and that is his kid.
What's wrong?
He completely hates me. Like there's something, and the only reason a kid, how old's Walker? 3, 4? 4. The only way a 4-year-old would throw this big of a fit and be this scared of a human being would be because his mom and dad have been talking bad about that guy. Because, I've never done it.
What if he just watches the show?
Yeah, that's what it is. So he gets scared about with Rocky and all the different mascots. If a mascot or someone that he loves so much, like a big celebrity, gets too close to him, he absolutely has a meltdown. He loves Rocky from afar and loves watching Rocky and has everything and talks about Rocky all the time like he talks about you all the time. But when you get too close, he gets so...
that's the excuse we're going with?
Who's Rocky?
Rocky,
Bullwinkle?
the USF mascot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought you
or the Bucko Bruce guy, or any mascot, Raymond, like EJ Kitty, he sees you as just a mythical creature that is.
So you're like a big mascot.
Did it take you and Ashley all weekend long to come up with that?
I came up with that just now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's strong, Lemmy. Good job.
I'll get into that. We'll do that in the curling cheating next. Stand by.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Okay, I like it. Clean it. Here's
Sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need this?
No, you're good. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh, here are the timestamps for the Obama.
Oh, that's great.
I got it, then Gary double checked it, so those should be right along where they need to be.
Thank you.
No problem.
Good morning, everyone.
Because race fans, this
is Daytona.
So that's what you say lunch money for.
Brady Banking going to take advantage of the full starting position. He'll take off at the top spot. Cummins quickly up into second. Ball shuffle back to third. Out from fourth. Nearly 3 cars deep. It's going to be stopped with the advantage in 92. You're going to snake him down to the exit of 3 and 4. Randall this time in turn 1. He's going to enter wide. He'll turn it down here at the exit turn 2. Set signs on second. Cummins will block the charge here as they work into turns 3 and 4. Here comes the slide into 3 across the nose off of turn 4. Does he have it? He does. Justin Grant going to take over the second spot. 4. Here comes the slide into 3 across the nose for turns 3 and 4. 4 as they come around this time. They'll click off.
dealing with construction and forestry, road building, concrete, minerals and crushing, agricultural and turf, golf and sports, or maybe just a good old-fashioned rental, Beard Equipment is your place to be. More information, go to beardequipment.com. With dealerships from Mobile, Alabama, 9 locations in Florida, 2 locations in South Carolina, Cincinnati, Nashville, or Kentucky, Beard Equipment's got you handled. Your exclusive John Deere dealer. For more information, beardequipment.com.
Listener-supported sponge, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener-supported via PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Thank you so much to Joseph Telesica. It's almost like Costica, but it's a Telesica.
That's right.
$50 on the PayPal. Thank you so much, my friend. This is the. Are we going to get a copy? Should I not play the audio? Because, like Seth said, NBC's been locking.
This one should be okay because it's recorded a little differently than off the stream.
We appreciate those pirators that record off their TV and then release it.
Yes.
It seems like the algorithm that everybody has to catch you for Copyright Willie doesn't seem to be working as much that way than taking it right from the network. So within the big curling, which I find myself watching it.
It is. It's fascinating.
It seems like the dumbest, most boring sport in the world, but for some reason, it's like a slow train wreck.
And like, here's the deal, man. Like, you wouldn't think that scrubbing the ice, you could really direct it and make it flip it and blip it and whatever. And then the position that these people have to get into. I think I could maybe be a scrubber, but I'd be afraid that I would fall over because they don't have skates on. Do they have like?
No, they have like little shoes,
like little. Like little booties with spikes on them.
Do they have
something.
spikes?
I don't think they have spikes. They just have like grippies.
Yeah, I'd fall over. So, Lummy, there's controversy within the curling world, and that is that the Canadian men and women have been cheating by giving their, I guess don't they call these stones?
Yes.
These things that they're gliding down the ice, that they're giving their stone an extra little finger flick? Is that is that what is alleged?
Yeah, once the stone, you can't touch the granite of the stone while it's moving.
This part.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to just be able to, maybe grab it by the handle, because each piece of granite stone has a handle on the top of it.
Yes.
That's how. Now, do these people? I don't know the sport well enough to know what these positions are called. Like, what's this person that gets on a little tiger crouched knee?
That's the shooter.
That's the shooter. Okay.
I mean, I'm making this up, but I feel like it's...
That's a great one, though, Seth. I mean, if you pull that out of your ass, that's perfect.
I think you're probably in the 90. I think you're probably in the 90 percentile of being right.
I'm trying to cover while Lummy's on Ask Jeeves over there to get the real answer.
And then I would think the other one, would they be the scrubbers? Would they be? I mean, like
sweepers.
I don't know.
You got the lead. The lead's the one who throws the first two stones.
This is the lead.
And then focusing on the draws and the guards. And then you got your second and third, which are vice, skip, and skip.
So they have to alternate who throws it?
Yes. Then the second throws the third and fourth stone.
Okay, whatever. Let's just watch the cheating portion of it. This is Rachel Homan.
Okay, I like it.
Oh, so let me, just that last little finger?
Yeah.
You can't touch it once across the green line, I believe.
Hold on.
It's a rule.
But it's not across the green line yet.
Let's see.
It's not across the green line yet. The green line's right here.
But you're not allowed to touch the stone itself, though, right?
Correct.
You touches the stone itself.
You can't touch the granite of the stone.
Oh, so she just kind of, literally, even if she was trying to cheat or not, she just drug her finger, like in removing her hand from the handle, it just kind of grazed the granite. Now everybody's all flipped out like they're on PEDs and stuff.
Okay, I like it.
Well, I mean, it's like a little ear flick.
Actually, yeah, she kind of looks like she kind of slowed it down a little bit.
You're saying she touched the rock.
It's touched.
Does the other team come out like Billy Martin? Remember when Billy Martin used to come out? Remember when Billy Martin came out when George? No, remember when George Brett came out or they found too much pine tar? Did the other team coach come out like George Brett when they found too much pine tar in his gimmick?
No, I think the Canadians the women's got caught by the judges.
Right.
The men's got caught by the other team.
When you're 0% chance. Come on.
Another angle?
I've never done it in my life.
No, there's nothing.
You can see your finger as it comes off.
Yeah, she gave it a finger.
I mean, how could she never done it in her life? It's caught on video, and the whole world is watching it. She's so
there's nothing even slick about it.
No,
I mean, it's
she's not even trying to be a kayfabe fingerer. She's just a dirty fingerer. Look, hold on. But this is the men's team now.
The men's one,
and he did it too. He clearly touched the stone.
He did his on purpose, but you could tell.
I haven't done it once. He can fuck off.
Whoa.
That's not proper language for Canadians.
So is this stuff where they're getting into the decorum part, like you're supposed to have more sportsmanship than telling somebody to F off?
Well, when you get caught cheating, yes, you probably should just, take it. But he lashed out and made it a bigger thing.
I haven't done it once. Okay? I'll show you a video after the game. How about you walking around on my grill and last day dancing around the house here? How about that?
Kind of looks like Adam from Finderworks, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the thick one.
You see his finger bend as it touches it. I mean, it's just a penalty on that shot, right? It's not like you just get disqualified for the whole game. It's just that shot's excluded, right?
Exactly.
So
it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
So it's just that shot.
Yeah, I mean, take the lick. You touched it, take the lick, and I hope your next shot's better. I mean, I don't know why they made such a big deal out of it.
All right, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we had the USAC 410 sprint cars at my track. Me and of course I'm kind of his assistant. I don't really have much say so. Usually, when we have local shows, I'm 100% in charge of track prep, and then I have One-Eyed Billy as my assistant. But when we have the big boys, these big national series, then I bring in Rob Platfoot, the guy who takes care of Eldora, and he is the main. He calls the shots, and I just am his assistant. So that's one of the reasons why the track was so good and so racy. Our first night Wednesday, we were a little too wet because we didn't have kind of a par on where to start with this new material. So we, admittedly, we're a little too wet, which being too wet means literally they floored it the entire time. Now, this is the last night. This is Saturday night. This is for the big money. And this is going into turn 3 and 4. This is actually exiting 4. And that's Brady Bacon in front, Kyle Cummings in second, and Justin Grant in fourth. And then
Bacon
third.
was leading the whole race, wasn't he? Pretty much.
Bacon was leading the whole race.
The Macho Man.
And number 4, who's third in this picture, started 8th. And everybody's like, "Oh, the track's too, whatever. There's not going to be any passing." Well, the number 4, Justin Grant, which just makes his 9th feature that he's won at Ocala Speedway, started 8th and just started picking guys off. And his special move he'd run it really high into number 2 and then diamond it off. That's where he was making all of his progress. But if you look now, that black is not grippy rubber. That black is slick like ice. So they have to run above it, which makes anytime they have to go to the high side makes for some great racing. Well, I mean, I don't know if we'll get copyrighted on this. Do you think we will?
I don't think we've ever been copyrighted on full racing stuff.
So, Lummy, were you there Saturday night or just Friday night?
Just Friday night, left Saturday a little before the end of the race.
Friday night was a good race, too.
Sure was.
So, Dan, these are 950 horsepower, 1,200-pound just rockets.
And there's not a real big wing on there, is there?
There's no wing on there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's no wing at all.
Lap at number 32. Everybody sailing back up to the top over in turns 3 and 4. We're grand roll this time.
So what the 4 guy would do is he would put it up here where there's some moisture, and then he would diamond down. Watch.
Number 1, he's going to enter wide. He'll turn it down here at the exit to number 2. Set sights on second. Cummins will block.
Now, let me. This is what you call a slide job. Watch this slider.
The charge here as they work into turns 3 and 4. Here comes the slide into 3 across the nose off of turn number 4. Does he have it? He does. Justin Grant going to take over the second spot.
But that was clean, though, right?
Grant.
That's clean. Yeah,
that was a clean slide job. A slide job doesn't necessarily mean you're trying to like make the other guy wipe out.
Well, you kind of are, but he's going to wipe out if he doesn't hit the brakes. So if he just
keeps like chicken,
it's like right. If he doesn't hit the brakes, you're gonna probably both get taken out.
Oh, okay.
Peels a couple of tenths off. Enters wide, cuts it low. He's got to run onto the back straightaway. Bacon's got company. Grant not able to get there fast enough to pull the slide. Goes back into the.
I mean, look at how out of control. Dan, you're a race car driver. Look at how out of control. That's 900 horsepower, about sideways.
The tire tracks. It's scary, and it's the same engine as a normal sprint car.
Yeah,
but just without the wing, right?
Yeah. So same engine as what Kurt Morgan has in his. He's a 410 cubic inch, all aluminum, fuel injected, about 950 to 1,000 horsepower motor.
And I drove that. And
but you drove it with the wing.
The wing. I drove so I'm saying I drove that car, the one that Gene let me drive.
No, yours was a 360 cubic inches. Yours was probably 700 horsepower.
Okay, so it was the scariest thing I've ever done. It doesn't even have pedals. They're like little metal things on the floor that you slide forward and backwards.
Right.
So that part's crazy. The other part that's crazy is just the windshield is a chain link fence.
Yeah, it is.
And so when they're strapping you in, and I was in Gene's race suit, which was just a little like tight lengthwise for me, and they're strapping me in. Everyone's around me,
and your balls.
All I can see is this chain link fence, thinking I'm not going to be able to see anything. I was so scared. And then once I got on the track, Gene's like, okay, just take it slow and just little by little add speed, because it doesn't go straight. It doesn't want to go straight.
No, it wants to turn left.
It wants to turn.
It's got about 12 inches of stagger on it.
It's crazy.
Your right rear is about 12 inches taller than your left rear.
The only stability I found was when you were actually sliding some. It seemed like it was a consistent, like kind of a rhythmic sort of balance, and you're shifting the weight going back and forth, because it doesn't like not sliding. It doesn't like going straight.
It likes having, listen, it drives the best when it's under full power, sketched out.
Right. That's when it was like the easiest to drive. And that chain link fence windshield is invisible once you're on the track.
Later they come around, 4 to go.
I think, this is where Justin Grant takes it, I think.
This time.
Now watch him see he puts it. Damn it, Lummy, my fault. God dang it.
Able to get there fast enough to pull the slide. Goes back into the tire tracks here. Later they come around, 4 to go this time. Here comes Grant.
So he puts it way high.
For his move?
Yep. And then he'll just diamond it down. Watch.
They have fought some gremlins here this week. They have figured it out. Now he's got the run to the back straightaway. You've got a new leader. Justin Grant going to roll by for the top spot with 3 to go. Challenge for third ongoing. Moles coming after Cummins here as they come around to the wave of the white flag. Working by.
All right, so that's what I was doing all weekend.
I totally forgot how much dirt shoots up into the stands. Holy crap. It hurts. It can hurt, too.
Yeah, it can hurt. It can hurt. It can hurt.
You took some dirt in the face?
You got to wear protective eyewear.
You do.
Absolutely. And probably protective earwear as well.
100%.
So that brings me to the Walker issue. So Friday, Lummy, I don't know, is that your golf cart?
No, thank you. One of the Bubba Army fans, Coastal Renters, he actually dropped one off for me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Who?
He's starting a golf cart company. He just had a golf cart, and he wanted to drop it off.
We need to give that guy some love.
Yeah.
Because you look like you had a 6-banger, and you look like you were pretty much, the mate, like pretty much slinging D.
Oh, this thing was amazing.
So anyway, Friday, Lummy's got Mitch. We got what? Mushroom Mitch. We got Captain Ron. We got the Nashes. We got Colton. We got Tuttle. There's a whole bunch of contingency of Bubba Armies. I'm sure I'm missing a couple. Kevin and Jake from Sunbelt were there on Saturday. So there's just a whole bunch of people. So
Kevin came out Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, so Lummy has a whole golf cart full of everybody that I know. From Tuttle to Mitch to the Nashes. It's like, and they're rolling up to the to get in.
Carting around is his company starting. Carting around.
With a C or a K?
A C.
All right. Well, give me some information on it, and we'll do something. So they're at the entrance there, and I want to make sure because it's like $45 to get in. It's $45 to get in.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
Thank you,
Troy. By the way, Troy Nelson on the Cash App, $20 from. Is that carting around?
Yes, it is. Carting around.
Thank you, Troy. So I mean, it's $45 to get in when we have the nationals, the big national events there. It's $45 to get in. That's a lot of money, and I wanted to take care of, all my guys, and so I was up at the front there, ready to make sure. I think Merch Crick might have been working the ticket booth, so she knew who to let in and not. So there's Ashley, and she's holding Walker, and Lummy's driving, and I literally walk up about from me to you, Dan, and I go, "Hey, everybody, hey, Walker, hi." And the kid has probably the biggest meltdown I've ever seen the kid have. He has. I mean, literally somebody had pinched him as hard, like the kind of meltdown a kid would get, like if they got stung by a wasp.
It's not the kind of meltdown that a girl would get when she saw Elvis come out on stage?
No, she wasn't, like throwing their panties on stage.
No, I'm not saying throwing the panties, but just like, or when they saw the Beatles. I mean, it wasn't that kind of...
No, it wasn't.
Lummy. I'm sorry with
Lummy. Lummy, we're going to be honest about this. It was a full-blown, I just got bit by a snake meltdown. The kid starts just...
Did you grab him like Michael Jordan grabbed that driver's kid at the finish line?
I'm going to play that. That was so weird. No, I did. Seth, I never got any closer than me and you. Never got any closer.
Kids can sense.
Yeah. He obviously
good and evil.
It's been indoctrined
like a dog.
It's been indoctrined at the home that I'm the bad guy.
No. I will record next time we're close to one of his heroes, and you will see him have a complete meltdown if he gets 20 feet from him.
I could care less what he cares about Rocky the Bullwinkle.
But that's his hero. You're his hero. He sees you every day.
Oh no.
What has he said to you about Bubba being his hero? Like what? How is he?
He doesn't.
He talks about him all the time.
Seth, does he know who Baker Mayfield is?
Seth, I'll tell you this.
No.
It made me uncomfortable. It was so bad.
Are you blaming him or yourself?
I'm worried about myself. I'm worried about what I have done to this child, or what this child has been told to cause such a adverse reaction for just seeing me.
Do you grab his ears?
Did Lummy?
No,
Lummy will testify.
Dan,
Dan, I never got any closer than you and I.
No. Have you in the past been like an ear grabber with him?
Never grabbed his ears.
Okay.
Never given him an ear grip.
No.
The only time I've ever, maybe 2 or 3 years ago when Tate's was still open, I held him for a picture. Other than that, I don't know that I've ever...
He's too heavy to hold.
Well, I mean, I've never done anything to the kid. And
you think you need some more quality time together?
I think he's been told that I'm an asshole.
No,
and that I'm mean to Daddy, and that Daddy can't be with you right now because he's jumping through hoops for bad Bubba, and Bubba's a bad guy.
No, everyone's saying it's because he remembers from Barp.
From Barp? What do you mean from Barp?
From Barp, when he had that meltdown when he saw you grabbing mommy.
Oh boy,
that's what everyone's saying in chat. That might be it. The last time he saw you before that day was when he thought you were touching mommy incorrectly.
Oh no!
See, so I got that rap on me.
Well, that's
because we don't say Bubba. We don't say anything bad about you. Ashley came up and hugged you.
The kid
grabbing mommy's the worst thing that he could have seen, though.
Well, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. You might have to send him an apology letter.
I'm not.
On an etch a sketch.
So I took Ashley aside privately. I said, Ashley, for real, how would you feel if you were me? Like, I love your family. Lummy's been with me the longest.
How would you feel if you were me?
She's like, you know what? I'm embarrassed because I feel bad for you because, you've not done anything to cause him to feel this way. I don't understand it. And I go, okay, well, you know what? Do you have any suggestions? And she goes, I would ignore him. Completely ignore him. So, Lummy, I want to make sure that everybody understands and that you understand and that your wife understands that when I see you, I'm just going to say hi to you and her. I'm going to keep my distance from him, and I'm not even going to, and I'm not trying to be a dick, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to your child. I'm just not going to acknowledge him. I'm not going to say hello. I'm not going to say hi, Walker. I'm just going to go, hi, Lummy, hi, Ash, and I'm going to keep I'm going to keep double my distance than I would normally.
If he's being a jerk to you, be jerk back to him.
No, I'm not going to be a jerk to him.
I mean, don't even talk to him.
I'm just not acknowledging him.
All right. Sorry about that.
I mean,
we had a long talk home.
It's weird, Bubba, because I've seen him freak out on mascots before. I've seen him lock up when he gets close to a mascot or he thinks the mascot's paying attention to us. I've seen that at a Bucks game, but I've also never seen him like freak out when I walked up. And I've held him. I've ear flicked him
because Ashley and Lummy didn't tell them that Dr. Dan's a dick. Bubba equals dick.
We don't
but he does lock up though when he sees like a mascot or something like that he does care about. I've seen that.
Well, what would you think if you were for Bubba and you came heading your way? You ever think about from his perspective?
If I was coming my way and I was for, and I was like, "Hey, Bubba, how you doing? Hey, hi, Bubba, hi, welcome. You gonna watch some race cars tonight?"
Were you that chummy with the folk around Warsaw when you were a child?
I really didn't have much. We didn't have any money. We didn't go to any races, and we didn't really do anything like that. We just stayed at home. But that's how I approach him. Like, hey, Walker, hi.
Well, maybe
and then he just completely. Guys, you understand? It's uncomfortable.
Well, maybe it's just a little unfounded and it's just different because I remember when Sophia was in my office working one day and Jean Laster came in and she screamed, "It's like the scary guy!" And she ran into my office and hid under my desk.
But meanwhile, your kids, I've had a lot of interactions with, including getting in your car and going to the Bucks game with you guys.
Oh, yeah, they know you. They like you.
They don't ever, Sophia doesn't go, "Ah! Bubba! Ah!" I mean, Walker, it was
that bad?
Times 10.
Well, maybe when he's 5, he'll be better.
Maybe he won't.
No, he'll be.
I'm not. I could care less. I'm completely ignoring him. The next time I have a conversation with Walker is when he comes up to me and starts it, and then I'll be super nice and super polite. But I am not initiating anything with him at all, and that came from Ashley, and she's okay with it.
I will work on that with Walker.
Hello.
Hey, Bubba.
Yes.
Dirt Merchant. I'm going to tell you right now, since I left BARP, I've been at every dirt track in Florida. You have the best dirt track in Florida right now.
Well, thank you, Dirt Merchant, and thank you for the little knick-knack stuff that you got me. Merch Crick gave them to me. Thank you so very much for your generosity, my friend.
And thank you for the experience this weekend. It was awesome.
Thank you. We got open-wheel modifieds and legends and street stocks and all those classes this weekend, and then a week from that will be, of course, the biggest class of all, and that's the Lucas late models. Definitely don't want to miss those.
Yeah, I'm going to try and make my way there for Lucas.
All right, Dirt Merchant.
Sure.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
And finally, hello.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Love Sponge.
Yes, sir.
You talked to Tucker Carlson lately?
No, I've not talked to Tucker. I see that potentially he might have been on a list that's been released. I guess Pam Bondi now said that everything's out. Everything that's going to come out. They don't have anything more, and Tucker might have been on a list. Let me emphasize this. Let me just emphasize this. I have the story. I have the story to play, and I will play it. But from Bill Clinton to Tucker Carlson to anybody else, just because you're on the list and you may have had some type of interaction with Jeffrey Epstein doesn't mean that you participated in anything illegal.
Bubba, I'm going to go one step further on that, and that is that even if there was a news article written about the topic and your name was mentioned in the news article, then your name is being released with these 3 million pages.
Right. I'm just saying, everybody thinks that because you're mentioned in a report that you automatically were on Epstein Island blasting 13-year-olds. There's
eating them.
There's probably probably 95% plus people that are on that list didn't do anything inappropriate. So, I mean, like, you got to have to pick and choose. You probably need to read the report thoroughly and really, really, really go through it with a fine-tooth comb, as I'm sure most news agencies are. But, you know, I don't want the Epstein list to go away. I just would like them to refine it and go ahead and do the work that we should have to, well, you know, that we don't have the time to do, and that is actually drill down on the people that did something inappropriate. Give me that list.
Well, I think you're completely right, though, but I remember, like, when you're with Howard Stern, he was on there, and you guys, like, had great conversations.
Yeah, Tucker and I, it used to be Tucker Tuesdays. Tucker would call in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lummy has the exact number. We have, 75?
93.
We have 93 Tucker call-ins. We have over 600 Hogans.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of Hogan.
We got,
well over 600, yeah.
Yeah, maybe 1,600.
Yeah.
So Tucker used to call it on Tuesdays, and this is when Tucker didn't have anything going on. He had just started the Daily Caller. Is that Lummy? Is that what he started?
Daily Caller.
He just, in fact, he was actually, maybe Lummy, we could find this and just keep it in the back of your notes. But actually, I remember he was actually on the phone with me when he was going to the business proposal is it called a performa list?
Performa?
He was going to the lunch with the investors of the people that might potentially invest in the Daily Caller. He was actually headed to lunch on the phone with us. He's like, yeah, we got this new thing coming out. Going to be like a daily conservative leaning news thing called the Daily Caller. I'm meeting with the investors right now. I mean, that actually would be kind of a cool call to have.
Yeah, it is.
So
we have it.
Tucker and I were very close, even when he was.
No, and then
go ahead.
Like, I've done business in a bunch of places. Sorry to cut you off, but I was going to go ride quads with my buddies, and they heard you say like the pussification of America back in the day.
Yeah,
and like. Bubba calls out the way the world's going. Like, kids don't know how to mow lawns and do shit. It's the post-ification of America. Like, we need to get kids doing shit.
Sir, you just said
you should keep cussing.
You should lay off the somas because you had a little bit of a thick tongue there, my friend. Sorry, got to let you go on the second dump. You're gone.
The world's going to hell because kids can't mow lawns anymore.
Exactly, sir. I think there's a little more to it than that. But that's a hell of a start.
If you want a deep dive into the Bubba the Love Sponge show from the past, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back after these words.
I don't understand his point.
I don't understand the guy's point either, to be honest with you.
Jay's a walker. No one for Jay. It's you here. Put Jay's on this. What's up, Aquaman 66, 85 months, 77 skills, 77, 85 months. Thank you. What's up, Cable Dog? Let's see what we can here. What's up, Glenn Longnecker? Morning, Greg. What's up? I don't think so either, Jesse. I didn't see Joe doing that. What's up, Big Lunger? I mean, Daniel Rose is on the files. Let's leave it on the island. I think Gator Rose said he was on there 10 times.
Thank you for the sweatshirt. I don't know, trash guy. Gotta get some tickets. This sucks, Gary.
I'm the bus lady. Hey, lady! I was so constipated I could hardly drive.
Sounds like you should call and tell Bubba all about it. It's the low-priced answer to a high-budget problem. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Saying hi to my boy Adam from Finderworks. We've all used him. Dr. Dan on the Cybertruck. Gene Lasker on his F-450. Merch Crick with her brand new Mexican 1996 F-350 dually that he's painting.
He's a great guy.
Oh, he's the best. And I feel bad, but after all of this stuff that he gets done, and after the Winter Nationals, which will be in 2 weeks, I got to take my truck into him because I found a couple dents and a couple scratches on it, and I like to keep my truck perfect. And I'm kind of bummed. I think Merch Crick has used it a few times to move some things, and I'm not blaming her. I'm not blaming her. There's a reason that I made her go out and buy a used truck for herself because she's the truck. She needs a truck. She does.
She does.
And she doesn't need to use my truck. Because mysteriously, when she uses my truck, there's a scratch here, a dent here, a little gimmick here, and I like to keep my truck perfect. And it's the only thing I really truly own, Lemmy. You know that I made my last payment on that truck in February. Did you know that?
Oh, that's great.
No.
So it's done?
No, yeah.
Nice.
I completely own it. Well, I own half of it. Remember my sister had to co-sign.
Yeah, like she's not going to just gift that bad boy to you.
No, I don't want her to gift it to me.
Oh, yes,
the title's
that's right.
in your name, though.
No, it says Bubba Clem and or Tara.
Oh.
Whatever her last name. I don't want to say.
way.
Yeah. I'm keeping it that way for strategic purposes, Dan. You probably, I can tell you privately, and the trolls probably already got it figured out. Because, listen, Dan, some particular agency can't come take it from me as an asset if my sister owns half of it, if you know what I'm talking about.
Understood.
Uh-huh. Thank God my financial woes back then now have turned into a little yippee-yo. Listen, is there any real news on this Guthrie deal? And, the longer that it goes, don't you think maybe the worse it might be? I mean...
I don't know. I stopped paying attention to it.
I think
probably
everybody did.
About Thursday. I felt like it was
that your cutoff date, Thursday?
Yeah, I just felt like it was just a lot of nonsense every single day. A lot of I don't know, fake reporters. Just people on the internet have gone there. They start reporting what they're seeing. A lot of false information comes out. So I have no idea what to believe.
I don't either. I've not been up to speed, Seth, since the day before you on Wednesday, which was my last day in the studio, which, by the way, Seth, I didn't get a chance to listen, but I heard you nailed it on Thursday and Friday. And so thank you very much. Thank you very much. I heard it was very much a way different feel. In some instances, people feel a better feel. And that's great. That if the stuff I'm hearing is that Seth is better than you, then that's great. It's like, Steve Young and Joe Montana, right? They both were good.
Yeah.
Joe got shipped to Kansas City on his latter years, so maybe I'll get shipped somewhere, and Seth will take over the Bubba the Love Sponge show. How about that? That'd be greet. Seth takes over the Bubba the Love Sponge show,
and Bubba's doing mornings in Sebring,
and I just do a show twice a week on the afternoons. I don't know. It's certainly with Seth's hosting ability and the
you didn't even listen. How do you know? I mean, you're relegating.
I don't have to know. All you have to do is go to the people that regularly hate, and now they like. So that's all the things I need to see. Boom. And they think that I'm going to get mad when they say Seth is better than Bubba. There's no sucking of the snot. There's no cough buttons. There's no this, there's that. It's a quicker pace. There's not stories that we heard 20 years ago. Bubba's timed out on I think Bubba has timed out as a good host. And Seth is, is there to step up and to do it.
So you're going to bequeath the BRN to Seth upon your death?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I haven't quite
So you
figured
didn't do
out.
that good, Seth.
No, if I would die and I would have to come up with something before I die, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, you could use, I don't know if you guys need my material. I don't know. But as I was on my tractor this weekend, and I had a lot of time I don't know, you probably saw how much time I spend on that track.
You were, it seemed like all day.
Like 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Just to get the surface just completely dialed in.
Are you wiped out?
I spent no, I haven't worked out.
Are you wiped out?
Yes, I'm completely wiped out. Yes. But I did spend some time thinking about when I die. And I was thinking about when I die, maybe I do because, this is a business that makes money. We have bills, we have payroll, we have, all kinds of things. I mean, I think our power bill alone in this building's like $1,800, payroll and rent and all that kind of deal. So this is a self-sufficient business that makes a little bit of money, enough to pay the guys a competitive And here's the thing. Nobody here makes what they're worth. But radio is no longer paying people what they're worth. And I think each one of my guys are competitively paid for if they worked for a radio station in Tampa doing what they're doing now. I really do. I really think that they're competitively paid because, and it's not because I'm paying that much. It's because they are paying less and less.
So they finally came down to your pay rate?
Well, no, but one, most people are getting replaced and fired. And if you do happen to hang on, they are, they're paying you $15 an hour. Like they're doing things like that. They're paying, they're not paying a lot. So that being said, I actually thought about if I died, I'd let Tom Bean manage the business. Lend me the PayPal money that comes in.
Oh, yeah.
What I do now, and then maybe give like 10% to Tom to run the business, and then maybe 10% or 15% to the merch crick as like royalties from her husband, even though we're not married, but we will probably be by then if I don't die in the next week or two. And then take 75% of the business and give it, disperse it amongst you guys. Mostly Seth, Lummy, my Macho Man. And take 75% of the business if you guys... Or you guys could go out on your own, but I don't know if you guys would want to do that because you haven't. This is an established brand with established following, and you could, have access to my studios and have access to my library and all that, and you guys get like 75% of the proceeds. I think that could maybe work, and Seth be the host.
Yeah, thanks for pinching me out.
Well, Dan, how do you compensate a guy that rolls up in a car that's worth more than all of our payroll?
You just compensate the guy that's been with the show for the last 6 years as an integral part of the show. If you're going away, you would probably want me still as part of the show. I don't know.
Yes, absolutely. But I can't pay you what you're worth. I can't pay you.
You're not paying Seth what he's worth. You're not paying Lummy what he's worth.
Dan, none of those guys are millionaires. None of those guys are millionaires. I'd have to cut some kind of deal with you. I'd want you to be involved still, but I can't pay you what I'm paying them because that takes away from them. I'd have to pay you something, but I can't pay a guy that's worth. What is your value here? I can't put a value on it. Whatever I would give to you would be insulting.
I'm sure he would take whatever you offered.
Yeah, I would have to give with you and say, hey, Dana, what if I pay you this much a show? At least to show you that I appreciate you. And but this is what I'd actually sit down and show you the numbers and let you tell me what I could afford. I'd be like, hey, you bitched about it. Here are the numbers. This is what I'm going to pay Seth. This is what I'm going to pay Lummy.
I'm talking about upon your death. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about upon your death. If you were to bequeath portions of the show, you wouldn't give the Diacos a chunk?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't answer something.
Well, you will by the time you're served at the end of the show today.
I would.
At this point, it should be who gets more, like which Diaco gets a bigger chunk. At this point, right, Dan? I mean,
we should be fighting amongst ourselves over our 3%.
He's not even coughing up a percentage point for you.
Yeah, I think I could carve out a percent that you guys figured out what you did with it. Yeah, I could do that.
And Big Red should get some.
And Gene should get some.
That's right.
Gene should definitely get some. So yeah, Dan, that would be something I would need to do. People that contribute to the show would need to get. I don't know what that would be, but this was something. Actually, it would be something that Tom Bean would have to figure out. But I would tell him, okay, here's the people that need to be taken care of. You're going to manage the money. You're going to pay the bills, and for that, and Dan and Tom always gets 10%. That's what an agent gets. And then I'd like to give a little something to Erica, because would be my widow, right? Otherwise, I'd be giving some to my son, but I don't know that he's going to be around. So I would, at that point say, okay,
around like alive or around like worthy
well,
of
he'll be alive, but I mean
worthy of an inheritance.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'd love to have a relationship with him and say you get, a lot of stuff that I own. I own some stuff. Right?
You own those guitars.
Yeah, I own this guitar.
Has your dad had that conversation with you about the stuff you get when he goes?
Oh yeah, his Ford collection, right?
Yes, we have.
You get some stuff?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And my mom
should
said,
we go smother him with a pillow right now? Get that stuff.
Let's fly to Reno, Seth.
So anyway, I don't want to get in that conversation.
Yeah. Sorry
but
about
Dan.
that.
But Dan, I would have. I'd have to explain it to Tom, and then he would have to make it a business. Like he'd break it down. You know what I'm saying? I'd say, okay,
I don't know how
I want to take care of the Diacos. I want Seth to make them. I want him to be competitively paid as a host.
But how do we make money? Like I don't know why you think the business it doesn't have any hiccups at all without you. I'm just saying the Bubba Radio Network could be a hindrance without having the Bubba aspect.
I mean, here's the deal: we're not losing subscribers. We're not losing content. We're not losing platforms. We're not losing any way that we. Every way we generate money now does not necessarily go away with my death. As long as there is a show and there is an audience, then we have the ability to make money. You guys have the ability to make money.
Good Morning America changes over the years.
Right. So, in fact, Kid Craddock from Dallas died. They continue to call it the Kid Craddock Show with his 3 co-hosts. And even though he's been dead for a decade, it's the Kid Craddock Show. And they all make money.
I have an idea about if you died, we can just have Seth change his name to put Bubba as his name. You could just be another
Clem.
Bubba.
Seth Clem.
Bubba. Seth Clem.
Seth the Love Sponge.
Oh God, that's the dream. You guys figured it out.
So anyway, this is there's so many Dan. There's so many working pieces and parts of it. So
why don't you just stay above ground for a few years longer?
Life's so much easier.
You know what? Here's the deal, though. I did get something that kind of made me think about this a little bit. Lummy, I got the social. I think I got it right here. Social Security sent me this big long report as to what I get when I die, or if I wait till I'm 72, or something like that, and it was.
Is it worth killing yourself, or what do you? I mean, what kind of numbers did you crunch?
I think it might be.
All right.
I mean, like it.
They just added the blue century there.
Oh yeah, hold on. Here, look. I'm not.
He didn't know Eric was requesting it.
I'm not gonna. I don't want anybody to see the numbers, but
now, how long ago did you get that letter?
Hold on. So it's social security statement, okay? And so then it goes and tells me, Lummy, what I get at what ages.
Oh, nice.
Did you just get that letter?
Yeah, I just got it.
So you think I'm going to get one in a few months?
Yes, you probably will get one next month. What you're June, right?
Yeah, you're April.
You'll
2 months.
You'll probably get one in March. And it's dated January 20th, 2026. And it said, here's the one thing, Lummy. Here's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about having Dan maybe take a sledgehammer to my larynx or something, because it says you've earned enough credit. See, Lummy, it actually goes year by year of what you paid in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a 3-page report. And it says here, if you have earned enough credits to qualify for disability benefits. If you became disabled right now, you have enough recent work that your monthly payment would be $4,200.
Dude, I'm going to throat punch you right now.
I know.
Wow.
It's $4,200.
Wow.
If I can't, if I
need
can't
to take a trip to the bathroom, Bubba.
And then it goes and lists all the years and how much you put in, and a couple of years. I got.
Can the government take any of that?
I got 5 years of over millions.
Wow.
I don't believe the government can take your retirement.
They can't. So, Lummy, if I start taking my Social Security at 62, I get $3,100. If I wait till I'm 70, I get $5,100 at 70. I'm just waiting till I'm 70. So I'm going to be here at least another 10 years.
Sweet.
Is that what your decision is?
Yes.
Good for you.
Another 10 years. In 10 years, I'm retiring. Hopefully you guys are, you know what? Hopefully y'all still here. And we're having the conversation as to what we're doing with the show, if we're still hosting it, if we're just playing best of, replays.
We'll all be pooping in our diapers.
Here's the deal, Dan. I think at 70 you can still take your Social Security and still work limited. I mean, like I don't really take a paycheck now. So
yeah, that's a good question, and they keep changing the rules. You know, they're talking about making the retirement age, you know, later and later and later. You and I are just on the edge of getting affected by that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna. I think I'll make it 10 more years.
But you understand when they designed Social Security and they made the retirement age, you know, quote unquote 65 or whatever it is, people weren't even living that long, let alone retiring that late.
Right.
It was such an empty bucket because, you know, you'd work for 35 years, die at 58.
You might only get like 2 or 3 years of Social Security before you timed out and died,
or zero.
But they didn't. I mean, what's the life expectancy of a man now?
80s, low 80s.
So Dan, you know, like when I get my blood levels done, I give them to you, even though you're not my primary physician on that particular deal. But when anything I do medically, like you know my hematocrit number, you know my blood pressure, you know my cholesterol number, you know my prostate, my PSA. Even though I'm fat, even though I'm 300 pounds,
you're not fat. You're just a little fluffy.
But do you think I will live? I think I'll smoke 70. I think.
Look. I think you have a good 25 years left in you all day long.
You think I can make it to 85?
I think you should be able to make it to 85. Isn't your mom in her 80s?
My mom's 80th birthday is in 1 month.
Okay, and she's got years in her.
Oh, my mom's
years.
got at least 10 years left.
Okay,
she's going to live to be 90.
So you have longevity, and your father's still alive, right?
Yes, and he's in great shape.
And how old is he? 83?
He's 2 years younger than her.
Oh, younger. Okay,
he's
so
78. He's 78.
So it says you can, if you're in your full retirement age, you can have an annual income outside of the retirement for $23,400.
Oh, I can smoke that.
If anything above that, you get $1 for every $2 you earn above that the limit.
Hold on. I get $1 for every. What's that?
$1 for every $2 you earn above the limit.
All right. So that means I should start taking it at 62
and just start having a salary of $23,400
and not even chance it. Have a salary of like $15,500.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
And start taking it at 62, free money. Yeah, but don't they tax you on Social Security? I think they tax you on that.
I'm going to look it up.
Hey, Siri.
They keep changing the rules on that.
Not Siri. Damn it.
And that was one of the things I think Trump was talking about, and I think even Kamala was talking about, was not taxing Social Security.
Yeah, because here's the thing, Dan. You've been taxed all your life while you've earned that money, right?
Right.
So why get taxed again when they're giving it back to you? You got taxed front side. Why you got to tax me back side?
It says it can be taxed depending on your thresholds.
Right.
No.
And they're changing that. You know, they keep changing the thresholds, just like they changed their thresholds on, you know, with the
really
amount
like
you can collect on an inheritance without getting taxed. All those things change every few years.
Now,
when Steinbrenner died, his kids got 100%. There was no estate tax for like 9 months when he died.
Because he had it so dialed in, didn't he?
No, it's because he happened to die at the perfect time. It was a watershed area between two different eras of inheritance tax, and there was a portion of time, I want to say like between 9 and 15 months, where there was no inheritance tax if you died at that period, and that's exactly when Steinbrenner died. His kids got 100%.
With your father, did he and your father's wasn't, like boom, one day he was the best, and it was a deterioration.
Only like a month.
No, I know that, but probably enough for Steve and everything to get everything in order.
Everything was already in order.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Your dad. Did you guys have to pay absorbent death taxes, or did you guys have trusts and things like that?
Both.
Where you don't, and so if you have things in order, and you just don't fall over suddenly with not having things in order, does that help your family not have to pay so much taxes?
Yeah, a lot of times you could probably roughly, knock half of that off if it's well planned. It's hard to get zero, and you're a lollipop if you pay for the full percentage. So there's, everyone's got their own sort of, estate planning, and I advise people with any kind of assets to have people help with estate planning because, my grandfather didn't do it correctly, and my mom and her aunt and her sister, had to pay a lot more. They lost the house because of it, because they had to pay taxes.
Yeah,
and all
a lot
the
of
stuff.
people will lose the
one of the assets,
some of the land or real estate. A lot of times they'll have to sell those assets to pay the death tax.
Yep.
And they don't really get any of that.
It says if your combined income is less than $25,000, your benefits are not taxed. If your combined income is between $25,000 and $34,000,
You mean your combined income of your Social Security plus what you're making?
Yes.
I'll just make it less than 25.
You're up to 50% of your benefits will be taxable.
I don't need any of that money. I'm doing so good right now. And we know that when I die, Seth's taking over. Okay? He's already agreed to it.
Oh,
I did.
Break in the search for Nancy Guthrie. Sources briefed on the investigation telling ABC News that investigators lifted the DNA of an unknown male profile from a glove found along roadside brush about 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home. The gloves appearing to genetically match the kind worn by the suspect caught.
Now, haven't they pulled in 4, 5, 6 people for questioning? Again, I've been completely oblivious to this since Wednesday. Seth's been completely oblivious since Thursday. We've completely checked out of the Savannah Guthrie's mom deal.
Yeah, they're not covering this in Puerto Rico either, where I was all weekend.
On Guthrie.
Is that where you for real?
Yeah, I just got back late last night.
For what?
I took my kids. It was a last minute
Bad Bunny
trip.
concert?
I was doing a Bad Bunny pilgrimage. I saw his birthplace, his first school, where he learned how to do auto-tune, where he didn't take singing lessons.
What did you go to Puerto Rico for? Just
because my kids wanted to see snow, and we were talking about doing a trip out west, but there's no snow. I mean, you look at like Park City, and 3 out of 11 runs are open.
You could have flown to Wisconsin and been in snow all 24/7.
Yeah, but then we're like, you know what? We were tired because Florida's been cold for a few weeks, and so you're like, you know what? They wanted to go to Puerto Rico, and so there was a direct flight. I left
from Tampa.
Yeah, I
to
left,
Puerto Rico.
I swear. So but there's 2 different airlines that do it. So we went down JetBlue. The flight left at 6 a.m. So
Right.
we literally left my house at 4 a.m.
Right.
And then got there. It was nice. It wasn't blistering hot, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful weather. The people there are super nice. Almost everyone speaks clean enough English to get by. I didn't see any anti-American sentiment whatsoever.
They're American.
Yeah. They identify as such.
They
I believe.
also love rich American people come down there. That's what supports their economy.
Well, just like in Costa Rica, they're usually pretty nice to the people that are supporting the economy. But it was beautiful. It was clean. I saw maybe 1 or 2 homeless people, which really surprised me. But it's kind of like the beach homeless people. You know what I mean? Like the beach livers.
Did you guys stay at a resort?
We stayed at a place called La Concha. It's like a casino hotel.
Yeah.
On the beach, and it was like a package thing, so it was cool. My kids had a great time. We surfed. I mean, my body surfed in the ocean. Hung out on the beach. We saw.
And the ocean's really pretty out there. I mean, it's
beautiful.
way different than Clearwater Beach.
And there were big waves.
Clearwater Beach is green. That's blue over there.
Yeah, beautiful blue. We did a lot of body surfing. Saw the Spanish forts. Ate amazing food. There's a thing called like a mofanga. It's like a plantain thing with meat and cheese and stuff in it. It was really good. My only complaint was we took JetBlue there, but the flight coming back was supposed to leave at 7 and come in at 9. It was with Frontier. That I found. I finally found an airline worse in spirit.
The Greyhound of the skies, they call Frontier.
Not even the Greyhound. I
bet it was a good price they had to get you back, though.
It's the hitchhiking. It's the hitchhiking of the skies.
It really is, man. The only reason I picked that was because it was a direct flight that left late in the day. So everything was okay until I tried to check in, and then all of a sudden they nickel and dime me for like another $250 to check in
for the backpack and for the carry-on
and for
the middle seat.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. And then,
did you think you were getting scammed at all?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't a dog. It wasn't a dog guy from Kenya.
No. And so, we're getting on the plane, and we see this lady with a baby, and I'm like, Jesus, oh no, this baby's gonna cry the whole time. And so,
and usually it's really, you can even have the best baby ever that ever cries, but it's the pressure because they don't know how to clear babies don't know how to clear their ears. That's why they're saying you're supposed to give them like a binky or something.
The bottle, opens them up
for them to suck on to create their ears not to be, like the way attitude adjusts,
especially on descent.
Right.
So,
was the baby nonstop?
No, the baby in front of us that we sat behind was silent, but the last 3 people that boarded the plane had also a baby, and they sat directly behind us. And so, you
had a baby sandwich going on?
I had a baby sandwich. Ooh. And so when
now is Danny getting to the age where he's starting to like look at chicks on the beach and stuff?
Yeah.
Any hot little Puerto Ricans for Danny? I'm speaking for Danny, of course.
Where we were staying was a lot of older people, so it wasn't really like a young hip resort. It was mostly like an adult resort, so there weren't a lot of kids there either. But the kid behind us screamed for 5 hours.
Ooh.
And because of the lightning, our flight was delayed. And then once we got in, they didn't have guys with the orange sticks guiding us because there was lightning. And all the flights that were delayed, our gate was blocked for an hour. I mean, I didn't get home until midnight.
You should have called in.
Nah, I never called. I'm not a puss.
I know you're not, but I would have understood.
So wait, was it Frontier's fault, or was it just was it everything? Was it all the other conditions that
we're going to take off? It was conditions.
Okay.
It's Frontier's fault for having the most uncomfortable seats that don't recline.
Yeah, they literally have. Hold on, they literally have. They
literally I think they're made out of wood.
No,
yeah, your church is more comfortable.
They're literally molded plastic that does not move.
Not at all, and they're tight. I mean, my son's knees were hitting the seat in front of him.
Right.
And
I could never have sat.
Oh no, you would have been so miserable.
Yeah, that's why I don't fly.
But they had no outlets, so everyone's phone, because everything got delayed and we were hung up. We're on the plane and delayed, waiting to take off, waiting to get back in.
You're a doctor. You should be allowed to plug into the cockpit. You got important stuff going on.
So everyone's phones were dead by the end of the trip.
I had no idea you were going to Puerto Rico.
I didn't know until a few days ago. We did it last minute. And
my kids had a
4-day weekend.
Any more trips planned?
No, not really.
It takes 5 hours to get there?
No, it takes 3:15.
Oh, okay.
But it takes 5 when your flight's delayed, and then you have to sit on the tarmac for an hour because you can't get into the gate.
So JetBlue, when there were no hiccups, it's 3 hours and 15.
No, because Frontier's so cheap. Because speed equals money, right?
Right.
Speed equals more fuel, right?
Right.
So JetBlue got us there in like 2:15, 2:30. And Frontier takes 3 hours to come back. And I don't know if the winds, Jetstream maybe a little bit.
But hold on. Naturally, the Jetstream does travel west to east.
Right, a little bit.
So they probably had 100-mile-an-hour headwinds. That along with kind of choking the throttle back a little bit to save some gallons per minute, put an extra hour on your deal.
Almost an extra hour. Yeah, almost like 40% longer. It's crazy.
On the worst of, had it been JetBlue and you've been a little more comfortable with a plug-in.
Oh, yeah, JetBlue reclines. They get the little things to come up on your side of your head, so you don't need that little pillow. You can fall asleep. I slept the whole way down. I didn't get an out, and that kid behind me, wah, the whole
Did you say,
time.
now you're the kind of guy that would say something to him about their baby.
Except that I had a kid, and if that's the kind of thing that a single guy that's never had a kid would do. But once you have that kid,
you understand.
You know that there's zero that you can do.
And as a parent, man, you sometimes just feel completely helpless. You've tried the binky, you've tried the bottle, you've tried burping them, you make sure their diaper's not messy. You try bouncing them on your knee. You try playing little goony goo goo games. You try everything to get that kid to stop crying, and the kid just won't stop crying.
No, I had noise canceling earplugs like for shooting and stuff. So the drone of the engines you couldn't hear. If anyone had shot a gun, I wouldn't have heard it. But it didn't filter any baby noise.
No. Earbuds don't do good on baby noise.
Oh, God.
We'll pick up the Guthrie gimmick on the backside.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
No, like the homeless, the guy's begging.
Oh, the guy's begging.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Along
disabled.
Yeah, along with other stray dogs.
Oh, I didn't see a bunch
So
of
that's
stray
what I'm
dogs.
saying. Because they're off the.
They keep them off the beach.
Yeah, they're off the
Away from the
coast.
casinos.
Yeah. Well, he's gotta be smart about it.
Makes sense. Yeah, but it was a last minute impromptu little getaway.
I love that. What's up, Greg? Greg, will you send us your address if you haven't yet? I saw you were in that baseball break. We'll be sending that out today. What's up, Longer? Last night I dreamt of San Pedro. Oh, I hear you, Rucky. This is a cheap one that that Brian put up. Affordable for the whole family. What up, Lou? You don't know where I've been, Lou. You don't know where I've been. Fight Club. When Lou catches him fighting in his basement at his bar. Brad Pitt bleeds all over him. Great scene, man. Stay with me forever. Lou. Let me just sing you something to.
Is that you?
What up, Mr. Kosteka?
Got it.
Happy President's Day.
Woo!
Get out there and dress up like your favorite president.
Who are you gonna dress up like that? I'm dressing
Truman.
Here he is, Truman.
He's one into the war. Democrat from Missouri was a haberdasher.
Look at those Japanese. I sent you the link.
Yeah, dude, Rookie, sometimes I do the Target thing, man, and I just feel afterwards, sometimes it's better to put your money in a break. You know, you spend $35 on one blaster or, 10 for one team.
It's a big 100.
What's up, Kathy? Thank you.
Nah, you go outside.
I didn't know you guys were the camping type.
You go outside anymore.
Not that there takes a type to camp at all. I don't mean, anything like that. Per se.
Just Walt and what?
Dude, St. Pete Beach is crispy right now. We're like at, what was it? It was hot yesterday. What's going on down here? 73, babe. 74. You guys love that shit.
So in an effort to make sure that
Oh, you're not? Okay, that makes sense. Not a lot of camping in Chicago. Unless you're homeless per se. You should only care about the Raiders. That's all. They need your focus.
Tired of paying sky-high cable TV bills? Sick of juggling endless streaming subscriptions? There's a better way. Go to getabox.com. With Get a Box, you get every channel, every game, every movie ever made. Watch local and national channels, live sports, all your favorite movies, and much, much more. This isn't another subscription. It's a one-time purchase. No contracts, no fees, no nonsense. For a limited time, use promo code BUBBA at checkout for $25 off any box. That's getabox.com, promo code BUBBA.
He's the Rasputin of radio.
He used to be a porno actor like 15 years ago.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
It's not a porn party.
Back to the sponge. Bubba the Love Sponge.
Not that there's really any groundbreaking new information on the Nancy Guthrie case, mother of Savannah Guthrie. I saw an article today where she said she might quit or retire from NBC in the midst of all of this.
Uncle Eric, $20.
Thank you, my friend. Why would you give up your $8 million a year job? I mean, it's nothing. I mean, if I lost my mother in this tragic type way, I don't think I would quit my job. I mean, I might take an extended time off.
Did she say she's retiring?
I thought that I saw an article, but maybe you could find it if it exists, where she was considering potentially leaving.
Guthries' doorbell camera the night she disappeared. The sheriff's department sent the gloves to a private lab in Florida, and the FBI is awaiting the results of quality control tests before putting the male profile into the FBI's national DNA database. Guthrie was last seen the night of January 31st.
I also saw an article where Nancy Guthrie, because, obviously if your daughter's rich, you're rich, loved to gamble at one of the casinos there. And I forget what the game that she likes to play, I didn't even recognize.
Do you remember the name of it?
No, it's not like, baccarat or craps or roulette or poker or blackjack. I didn't recognize the game at all. It's a really high stakes game. I guess a lot of Asians play it. And somebody speculated in an article that I saw that maybe she had some gambling debt. And again,
the mom or the daughter?
No, the mom.
Okay.
Gambling debt.
It's saying that the son-in-law had the gambling debt from what I'm seeing, $50 million debt to a Mexican casino.
Well, but so here's the deal: if you can't get the son-in-law, who do you get? Who's worth? If you're the cartel and you're trying to collect on a gambling debt, who's worth the most to the person that makes the most money in the family?
Her mom.
Am I right, Dan?
Yeah.
Like, the son-in-law, Savannah Guthrie would be like, okay, son-in-law, schmon-in-law. I'm not, but my mom?
Right, his mother-in-law.
Right.
Right, he doesn't care about his mother-in-law.
The cartel, they don't have to go get the person necessarily that owes them money. They need to get the person that is the most valuable to the person that has the money. Now, you're not hearing it here first because, I'm sure I'm not the first one to speculate this, but if that is indeed how this went down or what this is involved or that's what's involved in this, then
I would just say that's the problem with the fact that they really have nothing in the last 3 weeks is that now we've started to go to, paying off somebody's gambling debt.
Right. Now we're doing that stuff.
It definitely doesn't seem random at all, but if they wanted the money and they had her, I feel like they would have already gotten the money and let her go.
Yeah.
If that was the whole point was to get money, what's the delay?
When her family dropped her off at home after a game night. Joining me now for more is ABC News' Alex.
Yeah, like the cartel's not afraid of nothing, Seth. So they'd be like, hey, man, give us, settle up this money, damn it, give it, and we'll let her go.
There was some kind of Epstein connection, too. Like she interviewed an Epstein survivor or something like that.
Who, Savannah?
The daughter, yeah.
Stone with the latest from Tucson, Arizona, along with ABC News.
This is the latest from Tucson, Arizona, which isn't really anything new that we haven't known for a week.
Contributor and former NYPD.
I don't know that the national news media can really milk this out anymore because there ain't nothing really new to report.
Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce. Alex, let's start with you. A potential big break in this case with
potential big break.
Authorities confirming a DNA match with that glove found along the side of the road. What more do we know at this hour?
Yeah, Andrew, it could be if it does pan out. They don't know. They tell us 16 gloves have been found around the area in Pima County as they have been searching around. Most of those have been gloves that belong to either search and rescue team members or detectives.
And wouldn't you tell the search and rescue people and the detectives that have been, boots on the ground searching for Nancy that, listen, do not drop anything, a glove, a hat, a bubble gum, anything at all that has your DNA on it, because it's going to just throw the case off. So, 16 gloves. They said a lot of them were from people that are trying to find Nancy. Well, wouldn't you tell everybody, don't discard anything, because anything that we find could potentially, we would like for it to be a clue, not, Joe Schmo, who was out searching for her last Saturday and got a little too hot for his gloves, so he just threw them down. Right?
But there is this one glove that is generically very similar to what was seen in the doorbell video camera, but they don't know. They're going to put the DNA results that they got into what's called CODIS, a national FBI database, to see if they get any hit off of it. But it could just be roadside debris as well. They don't know what it is yet. They're hoping that it's something, but it may be nothing in the end.
Robert, let's get to you now.
Big build-up.
Man, that's a story.
Straws.
Might be something, but it might not be nothing in the end. It might just be, quote-unquote, road debris.
Authorities have a DNA match of some kind with the kind of gloves worn by the suspect caught on Guthrie's doorbell camera. What's the next step in this search? Walk us through the whole process of eliminating people or even considering people as suspects.
Andrew, it's a lead right now, and that's all it is. We'll see how it goes from here. So understand that it takes a while to develop a profile and then put it into CODIS. That's why I kind of question why I went to Florida, but we'll work with that within that framework and get it as soon as possible. We don't know where it's going to take us. There's also DNA from the house itself. We don't know where it was recovered in the house, but we have a sheriff saying it was there. You want to compare that immediately. Right now, it's just a lead. It's a roadside object, and you should look at it. There's no question. But we'll see where it goes from there, and then put it into CODIS. But more importantly, Mexico has its own database for DNA. That should be compared as well.
And Robert, investigators are now shifting their focus away from Guthrie family members, as well as away from the man who was stopped in a car in Rio Rico and the individual whose home was searched on Friday. Does that tell you anything about any potential profiles they may be developing here?
I think it's a tip line. These are things. There's 20,000 tips coming in, and those are leads.
20,000.
They have to be collated and cataloged and then put out. They could use AI to do.
And think about this, man. Like the guy just said, they could use AI. If you're the bad guys, the cartel or whoever took Nancy, then wouldn't you develop an AI software that was calling in tips nonstop to try to get them off the trail? Hey, I saw Nancy 2 hours at the Piggly Wiggly, and then hang up on them.
They don't really seem to have a trail though, Bubba. There's really nothing to throw them off of.
I know.
Hopefully they do. And then take them down and more seriously prioritize them and go from there. So that's where they're going right now. That's a lot of leads.
20,000 tips. How do you even get through that?
It's when you double up your reward money, that's what you're going to get.
Alex, what's next in the investigation?
What's the current reward amount? $100,000?
Yeah.
Well, it's really hoping that they get the big break, that this glove goes somewhere. Again, it may or may not. They want to put that into the DNA database and see if they get a hit. Does it come back to somebody? Does it match any of that unknown DNA that was found here on the scene that they've been trying to figure out who that goes to? A lot of work that they have left to do. And the sheriff telling us that it is going to be slow. It is going to be methodical. They may not get answers very soon. As you reported a moment ago, Andrew, our sources telling us they're moving away from it.
They ain't got nothing.
It's so weird, though. I mean, they got video.
Nothing.
You don't think
they don't got nothing.
Usually, video leads to something.
You're right. Usually, what they got would get them something, but they ain't got nothing.
And they can't find where those demands went from. I mean, come on. It just doesn't make sense.
Now, Harvey Levins, last time I was here on Wednesday, I think I reported. Didn't he say, Seth, that Harvey Levins is monitoring the Bitcoin account, and there was activity in the Bitcoin account?
Yes, but he's also said since that he that they received another letter, and he's also been mentioned in the Epstein files a ton. So a lot of people are saying it's throw people off of that.
Those two people who were detained in the last week, the two men, they don't believe that they had anything to do with it. Now, the sheriff telling us nobody has been ruled out as a person of interest, but they are moving away from the two who were detained and any family members. They're trying to figure out who it was. They're not there yet.
Alex and Robert, thank you both.
Hi, who's this?
Yeah, this is Jay calling out of Panama City. This whole thing feels like an inside job. I mean, like you were just saying, they have nothing, zero. And it's like they're just guessing. I just
I know, but like when you say inside job, Bud, like who are you implicating? Like, are you saying like inside?
Somebody in the family.
Yeah,
somebody in the family.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, it seems like none of them are desperate for money. I don't know.
This whole thing is just weird, you know. I mean, they put a ransom out. The lady offered to pay the ransom, and then they get nothing.
Yeah,
I think the old girl's dead myself.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
Appreciate you. I think a lot of people are saying that the longer this goes, probably just statistically, if you were to talk to like an FBI guy or somebody that's familiar with abductions or kidnappings or ransoms, probably the longer you go, the more likely she's not going to be alive. Right?
Yes.
I mean, it takes resources and
just that woman has a chance of dying every day, even in perfect care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just some people that age die.
I mean, you're 86, you're on a pacemaker, you're on heart medicine.
Right. Doesn't take much to knock you over the edge. And then that stress of being a kidnapped person and being, confined to a small area and maybe not fed your normal food,
and
no
we
medicine.
all are every one of us in this room are routine based, and we're not being kidnapped. Now, can you imagine if you're kidnapped, your complete daily routine has been now just thrown, like you're not sleeping in your bed, you're not taking your medication, you're not pooping on your toilet, you're not going to your refrigerator and getting your food. You're just, you might be tied up, bound and gagged, and, life's not real comfortable right now.
And old people are so dependent upon routine.
Yeah.
Young people can be disrupted, and you can take a young kid that's, done the same thing for 3 weeks straight and then put him in some kind of different condition. He'll be fine. But old people, their routine is their life. It's their stability. It's their keel that keeps them going straight. And they live off that routine. They know that, like, on Sunday morning, I'm going to go to brunch with my family. Then I'm going to go to church. And then I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do that. And they do that every week the same way.
It almost gives them purpose. The older they get, the more appointments they set to give them purpose.
And it helps them prevent, being lost and confused.
Right.
They have to have a nice, rigorous schedule. And it's just like teaching a dog, doing the same trick over and over and over again. They get into their schedule, and they're really good at it. And when you disrupt that, they go way off script.
It's been 2 weeks.
By the way, this is Savannah Guthrie. And this was, I think, yesterday. I think she cut this yesterday. So this is the Savannah Guthrie from the NBC Today Show in the morning.
It's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope. And
man, she looks like crap.
She looking more aged and more masculine every day.
I mean, poor thing.
She's just missing the goatee that the guy in the mask had.
We still believe. And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is that it's never too late.
I got the money. That's what I'd be saying. I'd be saying, I got the money. Just tell me where to send it and give me my mom's back. I got the money.
I don't think any of them lawyered up yet either, which makes them look less guilty.
And you're not lost or alone. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here. We believe. And we believe in the essential goodness.
I can't even tell you the last high-profile kidnapping. Like, kidnapping is so, like, 80s. Like, I mean, I don't even, like, right? Like, I can't even tell you the last time we had a high-profile kidnapping. Can anybody?
In the United States alone?
Well, just like a high-profile. I mean, I'm sure there's kidnapping daily.
Lindbergh?
Well, no, I think there's been one. I mean, didn't Patty Hearst, wasn't she kidnapped? And then she was Stockholmed. I think Patty Hearst had that, but that would have been like in the 70s. I can't think of the last high-profile kidnapping.
Of every human being. And it's never too late.
I don't know if this is real or not, but a person that I respect greatly, who used to work for a very large government agency, very powerful one, and retired, sends me stuff here and there. He's very pro-Trump, this guy is, and he sent this. I don't know if it's true or not, but I thought I'd play it.
So in an effort to make sure that ICE didn't deport anybody, Gavin Newsom has just authorized the release of 4,000.
And if you look at the validity of this, because I don't want to be playing fake news, and if it's real, it's real, and we'll say that it's real. But if it's not, then obviously
561 criminal illegal immigrants that were in prison. And just for some added clarity, let's break down those numbers a little bit.
So he's saying Gavin Newsom just released 4,500 illegal immigrants from California prisons into society because I think he's on the last year of his gubernatorial term, and I guess he wants to throw Trump a curveball.
So in total, 4,561 illegal immigrants convicted of additional crimes were just released. Of those, 1,489 were convicted of drug trafficking, 31 were convicted of murder, 379 of them were convicted of possession of illegal firearms, 234 of them were convicted sexual predators, and California is on track to release another 33,000.
How can that be?
So if he releases him, he doesn't have to give him up in the jails to ICE. I understand what the motivation is.
But I mean, oh my God! It's if Dan, this is real. If this is real, this should be really a federal. I mean, like the Fed should step in. I know this is these guys are all arrested, for state violations in California, and I don't know if the feds can step in, but to let this many bad guys that have established, criminal records should seem criminal.
In federal immigration, there is a catch that if you are convicted of a felony, they have the right while you're here before your citizenship to make you leave. So the federal government would have justification to go after these people still.
I know, but you have to. But they're now you
can't find them.
You can go after them easily when they're in jail.
Oh yeah,
but now is he just making it so that ICE has to now come to California and round these 40,000 people up?
So interesting is what's going to happen when these 4,500 people start committing crimes
by the end of 2026.
Are you looking at the validity of this?
Yeah, I mean, they released, I sent you, Department of Homeland Security released something asking Newsom not to do it.
Let me hold on.
These are not people who just illegally came to the U.S. These are people who did illegally come to the U.S. and then committed other heinous crimes. And thanks to Gavin Newsom,
those should be, instead of walking lockstep through Minneapolis and just rounding up brown people, the federal government should have a agreement with all state governments in the fact that we're going to just start with the jails. We will not infiltrate the community like we have been if you let us just go into the jails and pluck those people out. Then we won't even be, being disruptive in your city. We're just going to go to where they're already being, confined and just take them right out of there.
4,000.
But, Dan, one would also think that maybe the privatization of prisons, of the prison system, and those people are the ones that tend to elect people in high positions, meaning large campaign donations. If you're taking thousands and thousands of prisoners. Those are really their customers. That's how they make money.
It says right here, California has not publicly announced the policy to release 33,000 prisoners. The number comes from federal claims about people with ICE detainers and how the state handles them, and only a fraction of that number has actually been released.
Is that the 4,500 he's referring to?
No. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
so
looks
if
like it's about Senate Bill 54 is what I guess this is all about.
Hold on here.
161 of them are back on the streets in California.
So you sent it to me.
I see what Department of Homeland Security released. I'm trying to find a video story.
Now this is based on Senate bill. DHS urgently calls on Gavin Newsom and Sanctuary California to not release the 33,179 criminal illegal aliens from jails back into California communities. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, once again calls on Governor Newsom to honor U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, arrest detainees' requests for state and local jurisdictions to turn criminal illegal aliens into their custody over to ICE. ICE has 33,179 active detainees for criminal illegal aliens in California, state, federal, local, blah, 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 blah.
I sent you maybe possibly a news video also on it from ABC.
Here, Bubba, here's the problem, and we've already
seems like we should be
this.
able to work together on this and just, but nobody wants to work together. Nobody wants to, say I've helped out Donald Trump or I've helped out the Republicans when you're a hardcore California Democrat.
Does no one remember the Cuban experiment? And that's when all the Cubans came to Miami. And a lot of them were, bad
like
criminals.
Scarface?
Yeah, that era in the 80s. And so what happened? Miami suffered for a decade with, drugs and gangs and still suffers to some extent because of it. And so California will suffer for decades if 4,500 violent criminals are released into the streets. They're bad. Their kids are bad. Their friends are bad. It's all bad, and it is a travesty to the citizens of California how Gavin Newsom's, just because of political spite, put them at jeopardy.
Well, here's the thing: if they were bad enough to be initially arrested by your state agencies,
who arrests nobody and prosecutes nobody.
Hold on though, but if you did something or were undocumented or created a crime so that you're incarcerated in the state of California, then obviously at one time or another, the state of California was doing the right thing, right? Abiding by the law, arresting illegal aliens or just people committing crimes, arresting
criminals.
Criminals. Yeah, arresting criminals. So what now has changed that what you're being detained for is no longer an issue and we can just let you out? Honor your original arrest affidavit. Not all of these people. Now, for those that have done their time and they're timed out, I'm sure there's a percentage of those that are scheduled to be released, but a small percentage. But now all of a sudden, out of the 4,668 people, we're just going to let you all out, whether you got arrested a year ago or a week ago.
Whether it's murder or
you did something to get arrested. We cannot overlook that. State or federal level. We can't overlook the fact you did something, whether you're a citizen or not. You did something that caused you to be incarcerated. I don't understand how the governor with a one pen stroke and a very, 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 sweeping, just let everybody out. I don't get it.
It's time for a very special Teacher of the Month. Barbara Brooks, we're coming to see you.
In here, they're not patients, they're students. And so it's so important for me and for all of us that come in here that it's welcoming, a place for them to just be students.
Nominate your Teacher of the Month today.
Tonight, the Department of Homeland Security says California released thousands of undocumented criminals in just the past few weeks. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on To The Point. I'm Becca Habiger. The governor's office is...
She's got something funky going on with her upper lip.
Yeah.
Doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
saying that is not the full truth. There's been a battle over the issue on social media today. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen joins us with more from the governor and how law enforcement is responding.
Becca, Governor Gavin Newsom called on DHS Secretary Kristi Noem to do some more research before making claims that say, and he has said his office has transferred thousands of people to ICE custody since 2019. But there are some local law enforcement agencies in the state who say the governor could do more when it comes to immigration enforcement.
All right, this seems like a pretty fair deal here. Hold on.
In a series of posts on X, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt say Governor Gavin Newsom released 4,561 undocumented criminals since January 20th. Homeland Security says right now there are more than 33,000 undocumented criminals in custody in California. California Senate Bill 54, signed into law in 2017 by then Governor Jerry Brown, prevents state and local law.
Henry Winkler's there. The Fonz.
Does look like him.
Hey.
Is he protesting?
I don't know what he's doing.
Is that really him?
Yeah, it's
No, it's not really him.
Looks like him.
Well, it does look like him.
Doing a protest.
If I was him, I'd be telling everybody I'm his brother.
Enforcement.
Hey, I'm Harold Hinckley. Or Harold,
Winkler. Hinckley's a good...
Winkler.
Hinckley's not as good a name.
Agencies from enforcing federal
that won't get you too far.
No.
Immigration laws.
I've never been a fan of Senate Bill 54. I think that it puts a lot of people at risk.
Tulare County Sheriff Mike Boudreau says the law prevents federal law enforcement from doing their jobs productively.
That tractor, Lummy.
It's pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
John Deere. Big.
What Senate Bill 54 basically did was shove immigration back out into the community versus coming into our jails where it's most useful and specifically designed to focus on the criminal element.
Adding that his focus has always been on protecting victims.
We focus on victims and suspects. If you're a suspect in a violent crime and you happen to be here illegally, then in fact
Now, if you're Gavin Newsom and you have aspirations of being the Democratic nominee for president, which I know that's what, in my opinion, I feel that's what he wants to do.
I think you're right.
I think, okay, so this just gives ammunition for people to shove right up your ass, and it's not a good look. Not a good look whether you're a Democrat, not a good look whether you're a Republican, not a good look whether you're male, female, fat, little. Like this is just not a good look when you got county law enforcement. This seems to be the sheriff of a particular county that says, "Listen, you're releasing bad people back into our community." I mean, that just to me, as you're going to be running for a much higher office, seems like this is just like lining up something to use against you. There's no way you can shine this turd up. Like if I'm debating Gavin Newsom, I'm like, Gavin, can you explain to the potential people that might want to vote for you why you would on earth release X amount of people that go through the statistics? Why would you do that and make your state less safe for the people that live, for the good people that live in your state, for the good people that pay their taxes, for the good people that have not committed a crime? Why would you do that?
We'll enforce that and work with ICE to make sure you're removed.
In response to the Trump administration's criticism, Governor Newsom says both Noem and Leavitt should do a bit more research. Governor Newsom's office says California has transferred more than 12,000 people to ICE custody since 2019, adding that state law prioritizes...
Since 2019. That's 7 years ago. That's 7 years ago. I don't think anybody that's running for political office should be talking about anything that happened 7 years ago. I mean,
I think that's when he started office. That's what they're saying. Like since he's been in office, I think that's when he started office was in 2019.
I understand, but let's talk about modern day. Your last couple of years in office. That's
public safety by allowing...
I mean, when they got Joe Blow that comes up to bat for the Rays, they don't go batting average from 2019. No,
320. Woo!
When he's batting 196 right now.
ICE coordination for people convicted and charged with serious violent crimes. ABC 10 reviewed CDCR data that shows ICE detainers placed since 2019 is 12,229. And a spokesperson
can you go back to that graph? I couldn't see it real clearly. Did it show that
19, adding that state law prioritizes public safety by allowing ICE coordination for people convicted and charged with serious violent crimes. ABC.
Boom. Releases from the CDCR in custody population and immigration pickups. Release count from 2019, 37,000, 38,000, 24,000, 31,000, 31,000, 28,000. And as of last year, fiscal 2025, 26,408. Actual ICE detainees placed, meaning people that they handed over to the government, 2,200, 2,000, 1,400, 1,500, 1,600, 1,500, 1,600. Percent of releases? Percent of releases picked up by ICE. So this is, I guess the people they let go. 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5. And then percent of ICE detainees placed and picked up by ICE looks to be, if you go from 19 on down like I have through the rest of the chart, 83, 76, 77, 72, 81, 84, and 88. I mean, you can put together any chart to verify what you're trying to say.
10 reviewed CDCR data that shows ICE detainers placed since 2019 is 12,229.
And a spokesperson from Newsom's office says SB 54 does not impede on criminal investigations or sharing information about criminal history. Homeland Security says it sent Attorney General Rob Bonta a letter urging the state to work with ICE law enforcement. We reached out to...
Here's what I don't understand.
I sent you a quick... It's a short video of explaining Senate Bill 54, I guess, about the immigration part. If you wanted to...
Where we go here?
Daddy, no quiero que te deporte. Y mi niña...
My daughter said, Daddy, I don't want them to deport you. Daddy, do I not want them to But honey, we're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be in Mexico, and in the middle of the night, we crossed over some buckle brush, and now we're here.
Decía, Daddy, no quiero que te deporten. Papi, no quiero que te
Daddy, I don't want them to deport you.
Right. In Spanish. I don't want them to deport you from America, screaming in Spanish.
California's sanctuary state bill is complicated. Both sides have strong opinions. Kind of like the bass that they're running. Feels like we're at a bass show. So how does this work? It generally bars state and local agencies from using money or personnel for immigration enforcement.
So that means, Bubba, real fast, through the years, when the local governments have been asked to do federal work, if they're not compensated, they don't have to do it. And that's been established in the courts for decades now. So the way to get around this is when the feds go into a municipality and need that help, they pay for it.
They'll pay the agency back for whatever resources.
Yeah, they'll compensate them. They'll add their own personnel.
If they used 15 of your cops, they'll pay 15 of your cops.
Right,
the hourly thing. Or
exactly.
whatever.
They can't just commandeer you.
Right.
They got to pay
can't
you.
come in and say, okay, we need 15 of your cops going to be on your payroll. We're going to take 15 of your cops, and we will subsidize their pay on the federal level because we're using them for our mission.
A micro example of that is, I believe it happened in Florida. One of the sheriffs was like, "I'm not doing these background checks for guns. That's a federal problem. You're not paying me to do it. I'm not doing it." And so through the courts, it turned out that the feds do have to pay the locals for the work they do, or they don't have to do it.
Including investigation, interrogation, detention, or arrest. But agencies could cooperate with federal officials in the if the person has committed one of more than 800 crimes. So I'm sure they have a list of crimes, and if these people have committed one of these 800 potential crimes, then at that point you don't have to go do the federal payback deal. You are just acting as a local law enforcement, including felony DUI, child abuse, and gang-related offenses. Supporters say that California cannot do this. because it's a sovereign state under the 10th Amendment.
Oh.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions has threatened to withhold some federal funding from states who adopt such laws.
The Department of Justice will also take all lawful steps to claw back any funds awarded to a jurisdiction that willfully violates 1373.
Well, he sounded like a real hillbilly, did he not?
How long ago was that video?
I don't know.
That was.
I got to do a break. I'm running late. But 16. Listen, it's verified why men should be on Viagra. And it has nothing to do with sex. It's the same thing I've been screaming for years, except not Viagra, Cialis. Right. A daily 5 milligram Cialis will do wonders for your prostate. And quite frankly, your erection.
And your blood pressure.
And your blood pressure. Anybody over 50 should be on a daily 5 milligram Cialis.
And your hair.
Is it good for your hair too?
Sure is.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. Wow. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Oh, you can't touch that one. That's his. Oh, that's his.
It should be up. It is, but you have to go to a subscription to get to the article. Oh.
How's everybody doing on YouTube? I'm looking at you right now quickly. I'm sure that the show sucks because you hate me. I'm trying my hardest. Boom.
Thank God NASCAR's back. The little slice of Americana.
That's right, buddy. With a Michael Jordan kicker.
That's right.
How does it get any more American than that? And then Michael Jordan grabbing a kid's ass.
What did he win in the lawsuit?
Oh, I don't know, a bunch.
Was it like damages or just the right to stay in without having to?
I think both.
What up, Permagron? Thanks, Jason. Just for a little bit. Okay. I feel really hung out to dry out front.
What can we do? You want to put like a tarp up? Around the...
Yeah, like a black curtain on the fence.
Okay.
A silk fence?
Yeah. I need the one from the back and line it up there for you. Thank you, Troy Dellison, 20.
It said they reached a settlement with Jordan and resolved the case and resulted in changes in the charting agreements and other business terms for teams.
Yeah, Jordan made him his bitch. They thought that they were untouchable, the France family. And Jordan says, let me come here and give you the good news. I got more money than all you motherfuckers. And this isn't how you do business.
It said they could have owed up to $300 million, but I don't know.
I heard he got like 100. And I guess early on in negotiations, he tried to tell him, you're fucking with the wrong guy.
Just like Gruden with the NFL.
Yeah, he tried to tell him, you're fucking with the wrong guy. I have as much money as you do, and you're wrong on this. You've just been able to bully people, and you're not bullying me. I'm a successful businessman, and I'm gonna fucking shove it up your ass. And he did.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. All at the Bubba Army. Now returns.
Michael Jordan made NASCAR completely his bitch in a lawsuit that went on for a couple of years. His attorneys were telling him there's just no way that you lose this case as long as you can fund it. The NASCAR community, the France family, they've been able to bully everybody for 60 years. You know, since I think NASCAR started like in 1959, 58, something like that. So for 60 plus years, 65 plus years, they've been able to bully everybody. And they get it. It's their way or the highway. If you don't like it, get out. We're going to pay you X and you're going to like it. And your charter that we sell to you, it's only good, and then we can pull it away at any time. That'd be like, the NFL saying, "Hey, Cleveland, we just don't like we're going to go ahead and pull the Cleveland Brown." No, when you own an NFL franchise or any franchise for that matter in any sport, if you've bought into the league and they've approved of you and you've done business they cannot. I mean, unless there are behavior situations or things like that. In that case, they'll make you sell the team, and then we've had several of those. I think wasn't one of the very first ones, Seth, the guy that owned the Sacramento
Kings?
The guy that was racist, the old timer.
Donald Sterling with the Clippers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't he one of the very first that got the franchises pulled based on being a real asshole?
I believe, yeah. Then I think they forced the Carolina Panthers owner to sell. He had a bunch of sexual allegations that happened. So
then I think Redskins guy.
Then I think Daniel Snyder for the Redskins.
Yeah.
And then I think the guy for the Phoenix Suns. I think they made him sell. But they usually just make you sell. And you bought the team for $500 million and you sold it for $3 billion and you're happy. And your team's allowed to continue on. Well, NASCAR isn't the same. It's the good old boy network, and Michael Jordan bought in like he's supposed to, bought charters, and then they try to tell him that his charters are, not renewable. And he's like, "What? I'm Michael Jordan. I am a successful businessman. I'm worth more than you are. I'm not going to let you push me around. I'm going to federal court." And he whipped their ass, even through the appellate process and the whole 9 yards. They said they got their ass whipped, and how prophetic is it that Michael Jordan sues NASCAR, wins, when you got very, very, very influential and very, very, very financially successful Joe Gibbs is worth billions. Rick Hendrick is worth billions. You got Roger Penske, who might even have more money than Michael Jordan, but they're all scared of, and so Michael Jordan was kind of on an island by himself. The other owners were not necessarily all in. They were scared. They were scared. They were scared if Jordan lost, they could lose their charters too. Well, Jordan won.
But Penske is number one, $3.6 billion. Jordan's number two, $3.2 billion.
Yeah. And Penske owns in Indianapolis, I think he owns Michigan and Indianapolis. He owns a few tracks.
Grouper Lips, $50.
So if I play, I think we will get a violation if I play this. We'll get a copyright strike if you take the last lap of the Daytona 500 yesterday.
Most likely,
I think.
Yes.
Should I go soundless or?
Yeah, you can go. We can try soundless.
Should we try soundless?
Yeah.
It was very interesting. This is the last lap. Let me turn the volume down. Of the Indianapolis 500, Tyler Reddick. Which, just 10 years ago, he was racing a dirt late model at East Bay.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, so he's one of those guys.
Yeah, he's yeah. So this is the last lap, and Carson Hocefer, who Tyler used to race in quarter midgets and beat him, and so that's this guy right here, and so but I forget, somebody behind him kind of puts him into the wall, so he gets wrecked out. Now you're looking at this. This is the car you're looking at right here. Is that the 45, Lummy?
Yeah,
the 45.
Black car, yeah.
So the 45, Tyler Reddick, is now kind of like in second place. And he gets a run. Now he's in first place. This is the last lap, Lummy. So they don't, even though those guys crashed out, they're not impeding the speedway that would result in, like when they're going to the start finish. So they figured, they didn't throw a yellow. They figured the wreck happened on a part of the track that's past the start finish line, so we can at least keep the race going to the start, race it out. And so Reddick's now down low in third. By the way, Tyler Reddick's car, Jay, your mic, I smell you and your mic's on, my friend.
Good morning.
And so Reddick's car, 45, is owned by Michael Jordan. Just that's what makes this a story. So at this point,
I think Chase Elliott's in the lead.
What's that?
Chase Elliott's in the lead.
Chase Elliott's in the lead. Horrible camera work.
We actually may not be getting a problem on this one.
What's that?
We may not get a copyright on this because it's not the live feed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I should be playing it then. Let me go right here.
On the bottom, Reddick, Elliott. The help's on the outside. Here comes Chase Elliott. Can it be?
Yes,
Chase Elliott.
Stuck in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know who the cameraman is, but he's got some framing issues.
No help.
Just a hair. Zane Smith.
I will tell you, man, this is one of the most unbelievable, Talladega Nights Ricky Bobby finish I've ever seen in my life.
With him on the bottom is Tyler Reddick. They come up single file. Zane Smith's going to have
so
one.
Now right here, man, Tyler Reddick, if you know anything about racing, he's kind of hung out. These two cars here, Chase Elliott and this dude, they are in the driver's seat because Reddick doesn't have a dancing partner. He didn't have anybody to bump at him and or draft with him, causing him to go faster. So he needs a dancing partner fast, and I think somebody comes up and gets him.
Shot at Chase Elliott, NASCAR champion, most popular driver.
So Reddick gets a run on the high side
for the win, and Reddick to the top side. He's got help.
So now he gives Chase Elliott the looky-loo, like he's going to go high side, and Chase reacts by going high, and then Reddick gives him the good news by dashing down low.
Riley Herbst, his teammate.
Boom.
Reddick drops to...
Then if you look, guys, Reddick kind of gives him the little bump.
Is he allowed to do that in today's NASCAR?
I don't know.
Do they touch? Can you tell?
Yeah, he touches.
Oh yeah, he gives him the good news right here. Watch.
Teammate Reddick.
Boom.
Drops to the bottom.
Did you see the car squiggle?
But he just saved it. He saved it. I mean, that was some of the best driving I've ever seen. Like that move from behind the Monster Energy and then right in front of him was unbelievable.
And maybe I'll get Tony Stewart on later this week too, and maybe tomorrow or the next day. There's a thing called side drafting, and when you get right here on a guy, Tony will tell you. What you want to do is you want to absolutely try to get as close as you can to that guy's door panel, because it slows the air, crunches down on this car, and it's slow. It's called side drafting. Maybe you can even look it up, called NASCAR side drafting. But you can actually jam. What you're trying to do is take your front end and jam all that air against his door panel, which slows him down.
Drops to the bottom. Alongside Elliott, in the wall goes Herbst, and Tyler Reddick comes to the line. Wow. A shower of sparks.
I mean,
that's unbelievable.
Kind of borderline dirty.
Not really. That was the best move ever. The way he came around and then hooked it back on the inside.
And he side drafted him. And he side drafted him.
Creates less
hold on.
He saved it with the wiggle. How fast are they going there? 175, 180?
183.
Yeah, I mean, he saves it.
Let me read exactly what I said. Side drafting.
Side drafting, a lead car moves to the air, creates a turbulent wake that trails cars can exploit to reduce their own drag. Slipstreaming allows a trailing car to maintain speed. If you go to the side of the car, it eliminates his drag by getting close to the opposite side of the other car.
Yeah, just like I said, when you come up on a car, you try to put your right or left fender on right at their door, and it's like an air brake. It just slows them down. And that's what he does perfectly here.
All right, he's got help.
Well, he does both. Right. He's backdrafting him, and then he goes to the side draft. It's incredible.
Boom, here comes the side.
Teammate.
Now watch him make a right turn. He'll turn right into him.
Reddick.
Boom.
Drops to the bottom. Alongside Elliott.
And then the guy behind him gets walled, and then walls Chase. And hits Tyler a little bit.
The wall goes Herbst, and Tyler Reddick comes to the line. Wow. A shower of sparks behind him.
And I think, Lummy, he asked like 3 or 4 times, did we win?
Yeah.
Did I win? Because he thought maybe he did some shady business.
The first move is just as equally as impressive.
Here's Michael Jordan. He's like, you're damn right, bitch. I sued NASCAR, won. And then the biggest race of the year, the most prestigious NASCAR race ever, where you get the Harley J. Earl trophy that most guys, I think this guy needed Jordan's help to lift it. It weighs like, these things, they weigh, honest to God, like 75 pounds. Like this trophy.
Really?
Let me,
it's incredible.
At Google how much the Harley J. or the Harley, Earl J. Harley, whatever the hell the trophy's name. How much does the Daytona 500 trophy weigh?
It says approximately 54 pounds, the Harley J. Earl Trophy.
The Harley J. Earl Trophy is almost 60 pounds. Michael Jordan, you're damn right, bitch. We beat him in court and beat him on the track. Watch him need a little help to get this thing up. One up next to the Borg Warner Trophy, which is the Indianapolis 500 Trophy. This is one of the most prestigious trophies in racing.
And super cool looking. Look at the car on it. It's ridiculous looking.
Look, they need help. Jordan's like, man, I had to do 54 pounds since I played for the Bulls. Now, here's the only thing that's been coming out. Now, I just don't understand this. Seth, have you seen this?
Yes.
Yes. I don't understand this. And I don't know for a fact, but I'd be willing to bet anything that I own, which isn't a lot, but I'd be willing to bet that Michael Jordan is not into kids at all. At all. Michael Jordan could have any woman he wanted, period. And maybe this was just like
But so could Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, I know. Let's not. Please, Dan, I love you. I love you to death, but please, let's not compare the great Michael Jordan to Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury was full-blown into men with AIDS. Just don't. So, but Michael Jordan, I don't know if this is Tyler Reddick's son.
It's his son.
And he's scratching the kid on the back of the leg saying, get up there. Or it's just, and I don't even want to say it's creepy. I think, in my opinion, it's innocent. I think it's an innocent, I don't think it looks good. I think people all across the world are going to, all type of people who have different types of shows and create content are going to probably try to break this down to maybe make it something more than it really is. If Michael Jordan had done this to my son, I wouldn't have a problem with it because I know Michael Jordan doesn't like kids. But it's on the surface without an explanation. It's not a good look. Here it is. Michael Jordan, he's pinching the kid. He's literally pinching the kid's butt. And then he's scratching the kid's back of the kid's leg. Now, again, I will 100% stand by my statement, the fact that I don't think Michael Jordan has anything to do with kids. And I think this is just probably maybe a nervous, I don't know.
Nervous twitch?
It says what it was. Some people were coming out and explaining is that like because when they were showering with the ice and everything like that and the champagne, that some ice got in the kid's shirt and he was like kind of like messing with them.
I can understand that. The kid's shirt is soaked.
Yeah.
I mean, the only dry part of the shirt's right there. Maybe there are ice cubes bunched up on the kid's waistband, and Michael Jordan's trying to be a nice guy and get them out. But that makes to me logical sense. Here it is again, and it does look like he's. You know what? Now that I look at it, he's not grabbing the kid's butt. It does look like he's grabbing a chunk of ice. It does.
And he's getting it out of his pants, trying to get it out of his leg.
Yeah. But.
Right?
Yes. That's
you know what? That's exactly what it is, Bubba.
That's what I'm.
Exactly what it is.
At first glance, it's shocking.
But it's shocking. It looked like he pinched his butt 15 times. But you see the shirt becomes unraveled.
But here's the deal. Most people are going to judge Michael Jordan and not do their due diligence like Lummy just did and find out that the kid had chunks of ice in his waist or in his shirt. And Michael Jordan was just being a nice guy by trying to get the ice cubes out, and there was some on his leg. Like, listen, we're the...
Can you go backwards?
Yeah, I'll play it again. We're the first people to try to start some crap and put, we're the first ones that if there's something there, we're gonna hold you to.
Well, I mean, come on. If LeBron did this, we would have been calling him a pervert all day.
Of
We
course,
give Michael Jordan a little grace here.
Michael Jordan deserves the decorum.
The presumption of innocence.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
you got to give him the presumption of innocence.
Kobe Bryant and LeBron, they may not get the presumption of innocence like the great Michael Jordan. Here we go. But if you look at it and you don't know about the ice, it looks like he's grabbing his ass. But if you do know about the ice, then you can clearly see that he's more towards the kid's waistband, grabbing an actual clump. And this might, if right here, might be a clump. Right there as well. Here we go.
Is that the driver's son?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the driver's son. I mean, I can see where there's going to be a lot of people try to pick that apart. But I truly believe in the explanation that Lummy says is out there, and that Tyler Reddick's son had a chunk of ice. You can see that Tyler Reddick's son's shirt is completely saturated, and Michael Jordan, being the cool ass brother / I think he's got children too.
Oh yeah.
Trying to help a little kid out. Let me get those chunks of ice out of your back.
It initially looks shocking, and I think there's a reasonable explanation for it.
Yeah,
it looks like he's trying to get stuff out of his shirt and pants.
I think that's exactly.
It's shocking the first time you see it.
It
God.
looked shocking. Please do your due diligence and realize that it was a chunks of ice that were in the kid's back area by his waistline of his probably shorts. And Michael Jordan was not grabbing his ass. He was grabbing the cubes of ice to try to break them up and make them fall down. And they fell down on his legs, and he wiped them off his legs. Listen, all of us collectively would love to, for this to be something way more erroneous than it really is.
No way. I love
I don't
Michael
want to.
Jordan. I want it to be just like it is because when I initially saw it, Danny and I looked at each other with our mouths aghast, and I thought, did I want Dan doing that to Trey? No. And then the ice thing came out, and I'm like, yeah, his butt's in the pants and not in the shirt. You can see objectively what you're saying is
Absolutely.
true.
And none of us are doing it just because we all love Michael Jordan, which we all do.
I'm glad he won
But
he wasn't in the Epstein files?
No, he was not.
I mean,
he was not. He was not.
This was a thing. I mean, we would probably know about it.
Yeah, dude, my whole childhood, I looked up to him, and he's my hero of all time, probably athletics.
I just hope that people do their due diligence and don't just knee-jerk, hold on, just like we initially did.
Yeah, it's shocking.
I mean, here we are, love Michael Jordan, and we knee-jerked like a bitch, like, oh, my God. And then thank God for Lummy on the backup research, because indeed it is exactly what Lummy said. He was grabbing chunks of ice out of the kid's shirt from the ice bath celebration of his father winning the Daytona 500.
And he's known the kid his whole life, so it's one of those things.
Exactly.
Probably changed his diapers,
Probably did. Might even be his godson.
Probably is.
Well, I sent you a video too of one of the times Jordan told him the kid. This is when his son, I guess, was like two or three. So of course.
No, hold on here. I mean, this might be it.
Yeah, right there.
We still might get it here. Hold on, stand by.
She's celebrating with the little 2-year-old.
Is that Tyler Reddick's wife?
Yeah, it's
nice.
I don't know about the wife.
You're grabbing her ass.
The kid is.
Oh, yeah, that's the way Walker used to like me when I used to hold him.
Exactly.
Then you pulled, quote unquote, ice out of his shirt.
Oh, I'm not having any conversations with Walker until he approaches me, which might be 12 or 13.
Man, I wish MJ would hold me like that.
Me too.
I'm afraid of Walker's right hook when I try to engage him until about 6 months ago, and it's too hard when he hits.
Who,
It
Walker?
hurts. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not touching him.
hurts.
You don't even know the meltdown he had on me caused me such an embarrassment.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bring that up.
So look at Michael Jordan. This is Tyler Reddick's kid, a couple of years ago. And hell yeah, kid. Hell yeah. Exactly. It's my boy right there.
Yeah, it is his wife.
Hands him back. Here's your hot mom. Now, if there's some ass to be grabbing, that's where I'm grabbing.
Yeah, what if he was picking her up and holding her like that?
I wouldn't have any problem with it at all. I don't think any of us would.
I'd let him pick me up like that and say, "Good job, Jay."
Well, hold on. Right now you're skinny. Right now you're at your skinniest because you're preparing for that big trial.
Yeah.
So if there's any picking up to be had, it's right now, next week or two.
Do you think weighing the 110?
I mean, Jay's literally wrestling 98 right now.
I'll be wrestling 98 by the end of February.
How much weight will you lose on a big one? Like this is. Mine was a big one. You've had other big ones, but
Yours was 3 weeks. This is a week. So I probably lose 5 to 10 pounds.
You ain't got 5 to 10 to lose.
I know, man. It's fine.
Is it lock yourself up in your office and send me a tuna fish sandwich that you only take 2 bites of?
Yes. 100%.
Dan, are you rolling in after your day of work and helping with this at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm helping every way I can.
Right.
And so he's going to look like Jerry Ana Grande.
Now, do you Jay Ari Grande? now, Dan, do you know when you go upstairs because your guys' offices face each other? Do you know when to go in and when not, or you just can go in?
Yeah,
anytime?
door's closed and he's got that mood and he's on the phone screaming, then I don't go in.
Right, right.
I'll just stay downstairs, hang out with Mel, and do my work down there.
Go see Pity.
Yeah.
And find out who he's on the phone with,
Right.
how mad he is, and whether he's on the right side or the wrong side of the conversation.
Right.
Then you'll gauge as to whether you go in and say hi to your brother.
He's been gone on depositions and stuff like that a lot the last few weeks, so he's been killing himself.
Yeah.
His workload ebbs and flows, and right now it's flowing.
Jay, when is the trial?
A week from today.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, Jay goes into lockdown.
Oh, now
and he'll easily lose 10 pounds.
Yeah, and I literally came in because I wanted to just do something other than that. I've been doing nothing but trial stuff all weekend, and I just wanted.
So this kind of breaks
it
up a little bit.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the weather and what was going on, and so
because
I'm going
you got
straight back in the
such
hole.
tunnel vision when you're in when you're in final week of prep, big trial mode. You got your blinders on, and you just this breaks up the monotony a little bit.
I ass dialed the guy by accident on Saturday, and then hung up on him, and he called me back, and he's like, "Did you call me?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't call you." He's like, "Well, my phone just rang," and I said, "I'm so sorry, I must have ass dialed you."
I'm so skinny that my phone gets dialed with my ass now.
I said, I'm just sitting here reading depositions.
If you want 24/7 on-demand Bubba and the crew, go to BubbaArmyHQ.com.
Right now.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
I don't know if it's the same as my ritual.
No, but I mean, their own little...
Like hockey players.
Some guys may gain weight during trials.
That's what I was going to say. Some guys may be sitting at home eating and not working out right now and doing nothing but shoving food in their face while they're eating depots. You know, I wouldn't blame them for that. I'm the opposite.
I bet you Kim Trickell gains weight during his. I bet he's a weight gainer. You out of here, Danny?
Maybe. I gotta have to make up for Friday.
Yeah,
well, I'm on a full day now. Not a big deal.
Gotta make up for Friday.
I mean, President's Day. He's gonna get his word for his favorite president. Jay, who's your favorite president?
My favorite president in my lifetime would probably be, with the exception of Trump, Reagan, because I was a Reagan, kid. When I was 10 through 18, it was Ronald Reagan. I think historically, I don't know. I think probably I'm a George Washington guy.
All right.
The one that could have been king that said no, and he was a badass general, and he was the first, and the one that set the precedent, the standard.
Eisenhower?
No, Washington.
And Bubba.
George Washington.
Tomorrow, Steve, this will be like last day with Jay. So is that okay? I'll leave a little early to get my stuff done.
Okay. Not USS Grant.
No.
What's up, Jay Bowler? What's up, Dirk Merchant?
For you.
Okay, thank you.
He was doing
we'll do this now.
he was racing horses and stuff in the streets as a president.
FDR was pretty cool too, the Rough Rider one.
No, I'm getting back for it.
No.
I'm good. I'm good. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you,
I
Dan.
don't know, who's your favorite? Warren? That's funny. Do you have a favorite president, Seth? Like of our life, Clinton could also be of my lifetime, really, but
I'm a George Washington guy.
Me too.
I don't think anybody's been able to replicate his hair since, which really shows how special he is.
Or his teeth.
Exactly.
Wait, what teeth?
Or his teeth.
Yeah, I have wood teeth.
John Adams tried, but he couldn't pull it off.
There's no, I mean, come on, man. They had to know. I don't even know how wood teeth held up.
Probably good as fuck.
These teeth they put in now don't even fucking hold up. Oh, I chipped a tooth on my fucking tooth! Sorry.
Oh no, it says that it's been proven false. He didn't have wood teeth.
Exactly.
Seth, did you know that?
What happened?
I guess it's
Mine's Teddy Roosevelt.
He never had wooden teeth.
Oh, well, I'm not, I mean, that's what Bubba told me.
Mine's Teddy Roosevelt.
That's a good one.
His dentures were made from ivory, metal, and human teeth.
Look, he had a grill before grills were even grills.
He had no wood teeth, is what Lummy's said. Lummy's facing you right now in
That's
a
okay.
polite way.
I didn't really expect that he did. But
He had brass and gold. Animal teeth.
Jeez Louise, man.
Hippopotamuses. Imagine having a hippopotamus tooth.
Say again?
It says some possibly denture teeth that he had came from hippopotamus.
That would make sense because it's ivory. That would be a good. Yeah, that would be a good replacement. Teddy was a good one. I like FDR.
FDR is an alternative for me. I think, wasn't he the Rough Rider?
Yeah, Teddy was a Rough Rider.
He was a badass.
He got shot in Milwaukee and fucking finished his speech.
He walked it off, right? But he got through his book and it just went into him a little bit?
No, went through it. He had his speech folded up. It was like 30 pages, and he had it folded up in his lapel. And it was a shitty round, and it went through the pages and just barely penetrated where his heart was. So it was a superficial wound. He finished the fucking speech, went to dinner, got lightheaded, and then went to the hospital and got the bullet taken out. That's pretty much a pimp.
Big time.
That's a badass.
Tampa Bay's trusted source for lawnmowers, landscape equipment, lifts, loaders, service, and repairs. I'm talking about Les of Tampa Bay. 3 convenient locations, Bradenton, Clearwater, and Wesley Chapel. They're much more than your lawnmower and outdoor power equipment shop. They strive to provide quality products and top service at the best prices. What sets Les apart from the competition? Their relationship with you. Also the exclusive home dealer of Skag. Whether you need parts and service or you need a brand new unit, Les of Tampa Bay will take care of you. More information, Les, L-E-S-S, LesTampaBay.com.
It's a sign. The end times are here. Ultra-powerful hurricanes, tsunamis, massive earthquakes, and Bubba, the Love Sponge.
Sorry. Jay Diaco in today only. Probably have Steve tomorrow. Jay's lockdown big trial. This top 5? Is this top 5 in your overall trial of bigness?
I don't know that you characterize it like that. I mean, it's a wrongful death, and so, those are all very significant. And so, there's never going to be a trial that had the publicity and the external stressors that your trial had, ever. I'll never have another trial where the media is there 24/7.
I don't know if I should apologize for that or thank you.
You should. Thank you, because it also showed a lot of lawyers around town who would have never seen me try a case before, see me try a case. So it was probably net benefit.
Well, it was also with regards to you. You were not necessarily in that First Amendment. They had Luke LaRoe and a couple others that are well known. Luke LaRoe always was Joe Redner's First Amendment attorney and had prevailed many a times. But you weren't necessarily in that hopper of First Amendment guys.
Nope.
And you quickly became one.
I learned it.
And they're like, wow, this guy, is just normally a person. No, at that time, I think you guys were not personal injury. I think we
were doing personal injury the whole time. We had our defense firm, and Stephen and I and Brian Matroni were doing personal injury the whole time. We just had one insurance defense client, which was Progressive at the time.
Right.
And so, but we had an army of lawyers.
That was huge.
Huge.
So anyway, I'm excited for you next week.
Thank you.
Because the information that I know, I just, for the life of me, I don't want to get into it too much because I got so many other things to handle. But for the life of me, I know a lot about this case, and I can't understand why anybody would want to take this to trial. I just don't understand that.
It's been confusing, but not really. I think it's a product of the carrier and the adjuster more than it is, the actual facts of the case. And sometimes that happens. You have a hardened person that from the very beginning you're going to try the case. We knew in your case, I knew in your case, there was never going to be a resolution until there was a trial in front of a jury.
Right.
And I remember walking through the halls.
The characters involved.
100%. And I knew when I was walking through the halls of my office with my arms raised going, I can see the finish line, my closing argument. And I was literally, I'm ready, because that was after all those years. This one's 7 years. And
is this the longest one you've had?
100%.
7 years.
100%. And, we had that conflict issue, which kind of was like side litigation for a year. We've had 3 appeals, 3 oral arguments, and, it's just been a very contentious it's been a very, very hard for a lot of lawyers would have just caved in, and I'm not. I refuse to.
Oh, you're not a caver-inner.
I refuse to.
Well, hold on. Oh. Jay, what happens when you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers A Tampa Bay Buccaneer cheerleader has officially filed a lawsuit against a player from the same team, allegedly prolonged harassment involving late-night phone calls, flirtatious messages that crossed the line. The case has immediately ignited intense controversy as the identity of the accused player has left fans stunned. Shockwaves tore through the NFL landscape as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers cheerleader officially filed a lawsuit alleging prolonged harassment by a player from the same organization, instantly transforming a routine news cycle into a firestorm of controversy. According to the legal filing, I guess we could probably find the legal filing.
I don't believe this is true.
You think this is AI clickbait, Willie?
There's nothing online about Buccaneers cheerleaders suing since 2014.
They were, because they were looking for better pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the last lawsuit.
And you can see, Lummy, that it says posted January 22, 2026.
Yeah.
So this is a nothing burger?
Well, it looks like kind of just like a Facebook kind of story.
Okay. Let me continue to look into it to see if indeed there is something there.
I'm looking for it.
I don't know who this guy is. I guess it's Brian Tyler Cohen. I'm so sorry.
What gave it away, Bubba?
I'm so sorry. Stupid. Brian Tyler Cohen is who this gentleman is, and he was fortunate enough to be able to sit down with our 44th president, Barack Hussein Obama. And there are three things that this is let me see how long. This is a 47-minute interview. But there are three things within this interview that I'd like to pluck out. And one, his reaction to Trump's depicting him and his wife as apes. The 2028 election, like what does he foresee for that? And the Bad Bunny performance for the halftime. Here is the let me see. There we go. This is his opinion on. I really had a problem with Trump doing that. I really thought that it made him look stupid. And then to blame it on somebody else. I just retweeted something. I didn't even look at it. Stop. Somebody take his Twitter away from him immediately. And here's the thing. I think it would have played a little bit better had he just owned it and apologized. Says, I didn't watch the entire thing. I had no idea that the Obamas were portrayed the way they were. That's wrong. And I 100% apologize to them. I've already called Barack and told him I was so sorry. You're not a monkey. And I'm sorry. I don't know what to say other than it was a mistake. Somebody take my social media away from me after 10 o'clock. Bad things at 10 o'clock happen. But that's not. I don't think that's the way he's wired.
No, not at all.
But I think that would have made this go away faster. Actually, it's kind of gone away.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of has. I don't know why. Had anybody else done it, it wouldn't have. If I did it, I'd been cancered. You are cancered.
Administration officials saying that the victims of ISIS aggression are domestic terrorists. You have J.D. Vance coming out and saying that it's okay. You don't have to apologize for being white. Just days ago, Donald Trump put a picture of your face on an ape's body. And so again, this is kind of, we've seen the de-evolution of the discourse. How do we come back from a place that we have fallen into?
Well, first of all, I think it's important to recognize that the majority of the American people find this behavior deeply troubling. It is true that it gets attention. It's true that it's a distraction. But, as I'm traveling around the country, as you're traveling around the country, you meet people. They still believe in decency, courtesy, kindness, and there's this sort of clown show that's happening in social media and on television, and what is true is that there doesn't seem to be any shame about this among people who used to feel like you had to have some sort of decorum and
I think kind of going to what I was saying,
and a sense of propriety and respect for the office.
What
right?
a
So that's been
thoughtful,
lost.
deliberate speaker.
What a
maybe not the most enamoring right now, but unlike Kamala, who used word salad and uses big words that don't make sense. His use of words
this guy's a great
are perfect.
Great communicator.
His terminology is perfect, and what he's saying is what you just said very simply is, I wish the people in the presidency would use some decorum.
Right. And he's just
but he's smooth, man.
Is that called orator?
He's one of the best orators of our time, for sure, 100%.
But the reason I point out that I don't think the majority of the American people approve of this is because ultimately the answer is going to come from the American people. And we just saw this in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. It is important for us to recognize the unprecedented nature of what ICE was doing in Minneapolis, St. Paul, the way that
you know what the problem,
agents,
Bubba, with his
ICE
style
agents,
of communication is now?
What's that?
Kids don't have the ability to listen to this long. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Their attention span is.
But he's got such great stuff to say.
But it's taken him too long to get to the point now. I think as you look at polls, he has lost the. He's not the guy that could come in and be the closer anymore. And there's the new progressive Democrats that are way more aggressive politically to the left, and they're really good at the sound bites like Mamdani and AOC that have the ability to communicate these points very succinctly.
I think I can maybe put it on the street level that they're wound a lot tighter than Barack. Barack's more tempered and measured. And I think a tempered, measured delivery, a tempered, measured message plays better with you and I and Seth and maybe Lummy.
Yeah.
And a shotgun boom, 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 boom plays better with the younger generation. I could sit through this and follow him perfectly. And I agree with everything he said so far.
Deployed without any clear guidelines, training, pulling people off, out of their homes, using 5-year-olds to try to
bait their parents.
All the stuff that we saw, tear gassing crowds simply who were standing there, not breaking any laws. So the rogue behavior of agents of the federal government is
all right. So we can go on forever on that.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
he's a little long in the tooth.
No, but I mean, if I wasn't on the air and had to be worried about time constraints, I would sit through this and listen to this interview. But I have 3 topics to get to. I need to get to them now. The next is the 2028 election. I'd love to hear his opinion on that.
You're going to be contending with a lot of the same infighting that's plagued Democrats before. You'll often have leftists and progressives butting up against liberals and moderates. And look, you are the ultimate pragmatist. And so what advice do you have as we head toward this election cycle, this eventual 2028 election cycle, so that we don't devolve into the same,
Great question, because the Democrats should listen to him. He's the elder statesman. Bill technically is, but Bill's a little long in the tooth. Barack is who whoever runs for the Democratic ticket should hire Barack to be their personal consultant.
2016 era Bernie Hillary redux that feels like it always consumes the left.
Well, look, first of all, I think it's important to remember that the divisions in the Democratic Party tend to get magnified in the media.
Both parties can say that.
Relative to the divides that exist in most other countries, where you have a parliamentary system, you have multiple parties, and you got Green Party, and you got the center left party, and you've got a socialist party, and sometimes you got a communist party.
Yeah.
Our differences get exaggerated. Listen, Bernie Sanders believes, just like Nancy Pelosi believes, just like Chuck Schumer believes, just like Hakeem Jeffries believes, just like AOC believes, in equality and non-discrimination against people because of race or gender or sexual orientation. Well, all Democrats believe in that. That's a core value. Democrats believe that government should provide a strong safety net for people when they're down on their luck. Everybody I just mentioned believes in that. Everybody believes that there should be some regulation of the market so that you don't have monopolies and oligopolies that are simply dictating the terms of the economy, and that we should have a tax system that levels out some of the inequalities that result. So,
but none of them, what you said, can say what you said as eloquently as you say it. None of them can. They're all over the road.
I think it's important for us to remind ourselves as a starting point, what do we have in common? Most of the time, the differences are tactical. Right? It has to do with, well, how much of a tax hike can people put up with? How much regulation
Is he going to talk about the transgender deal?
Let's see.
We be thinking about when it comes to climate change? And if we recognize that typically the arguments in the Democratic Party aren't about core values, but are really around tactics and how do you get stuff done, now we can have a robust debate. And I want a robust debate.
Yeah.
And what we can also do is not try to nationalize every issue all the time.
Moving on to his opinion of Bad Bunny. Because I got lost in the weeds on that deal.
That's what he does.
Coming together. Our court is, look, a great example. Wasn't political. Bad Bunny's halftime show.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah.
Well, it resonated. It was smart because it wasn't preaching. It was showing. It was demonstrating and displaying. This is what a community is. And people who did not speak Spanish and have never been to Puerto Rico, they saw that
Hell, Dan loved the Bad Bunny thing so well that he went to Puerto Rico.
He didn't even know subliminally it got him there.
Yeah. Dan didn't even know. Dan deep down said he hated it, but he guess where he spent the weekend?
Bad Bunny program.
Puerto Rico.
Really, woman serving a drink and the kids dancing with their grandmas, and it was intergenerational, and it was a reminder of what Dr. King called the beloved community can look like, which is not perfect, and it's messy sometimes. And, I guarantee you not all those lyrics were probably politically correct. And if you translated them and, they're, people are complicated. But there was a sense of, all right, there's room for everybody here.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is where we win.
Boom. I think that was the best explanation of the Bad Bunny deal. I think.
Yeah. Other than he lost me.
Yeah.
He lost me on all of it. There's not a, the problem is, and this is a problem with society today, is there's no 20-second clip in there for him.
No. We need 20-second clips.
You know what I mean? It's
Hello.
like these kids, that's their attention span. Not everyone's, mostly. Actually, not just kids.
Who's this? You're on the air. You're on the LH. How are you, my friend?
What's going on, young man?
Good, LH. What you got on your mind today, my friend?
Hey, I'm on the air every day. Hey, Thursday and Friday was good. Hey, Bubba, Babyface ain't that a day, right? I already know this. That's Dr. Dan, I can tell by the voice. He cool. But he the only one get this. I want my $2. You know the movie that's from? Self gonna know. I want my $2. Remember when the guy was throwing the papers? The little boy was throwing papers. You say, hello?
Yeah, we're here. We're waiting for the payoffs.
Okay.
Better off dead?
Okay.
Is that what movie you're talking about?
Right, there it is. Oh, y'all looking it up. You put Lummy on the case. Hey, but check it. The show was Thursday and Friday. It was great. I mean, I heard this morning, everybody was saying, oh, the hate mail. No, it just was a different change. Seth was doing his thing. It was just a regular talk show.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, it go to politics. I ain't gonna hold up. Let me before I say that. I go back to Lummy. Erica. I call your fiance Erica. Right? I don't call her Crick like you do. I don't even know what that means. She the merchandise girl. But I haven't got my box yet. And I live right down the street from where you
Let me get his address.
Yeah, I sent it to Merch Crick.
Oh, Merch Crick will get it. She'll get it to you. She's been in Ocala with me at the racetrack. And secondly, LH, just for those scoring at home, I've only talked about politics one time today, and it's when Barack Obama did a sit down.
No, you don't talk about it. No, I'm saying you play all the
No. I've only played one news clip today about politics, and it was because I thought that Barack Obama was going to address Donald Trump calling him a monkey, the 2028 election.
No, that was last, man, before you went to the track, Bubba. You were talking about the Obama clips with the monkey thing. That's been gone.
And you know what? Barack Obama.
You bring all this.
This is the first time that Barack Obama had discussed that topic. Now I'm Johnny Political Guy because I play Barack Obama's response to being called a monkey by our current president, and then take it two steps further about his opinion on the 2028 election, which we should all be concerned about, and then wrapped it up with a very, 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 very pop cultural popular event and his opinion of Bad Bunny. That makes me a political talk show? Not about all the other things we talked about today? LH, you're impossible at times. And I know you're banned from every radio station in town because you're what we call a call-in pig. But I give you the benefit of the doubt. But if you're not going to start having more respect for me, the minute I hear that it's you, I'm out. I've already acknowledged the fact that Seth did a phenomenal job Thursday and Friday.
You did.
And I'm proud of him, and I feel as if I can take any time that I need off because I have such a good host in Seth.
And I've been here when you've been gone, and it's good. It's just different. It's not that it's better. It's just different. And it's nice to know, isn't it, for you at this age that you have someone that can actually do that for you?
Do you know how
I've been
nice
waiting
it
for that
was?
for years.
Do you know how nice it was to wake up on Thursday and Friday at 8 o'clock and know that my show is well taken care of?
Yeah. Hard feeling to get, isn't it?
That I don't have to worry about nothing. That I got an experienced guy who has a different feel.
Team.
He's
a team.
That I have an experienced guy leading my team in a way that I don't lead them. He's a different. It's like I'm Jordan Love and he's Malik Willis. I'm more of a pocket passer and he's more of a scrambler. But we're both winners, and we're both good.
Should go more with the Joe Montana, Steve Young. Don't put yourself down with Jordan Love, Bubba.
Go. You know. I'll be Joe Montana, the old timer, and he can be Steve Young, the left-handed.
Hell yeah!
But for you guys to try to drive away, you're not going to get me to bite on it. I'm not gonna.
Different approaches to the same goal.
And you guys should be happy that we have somebody that talented, so that you're not hearing a best of, which is the same stuff that you've already heard. You're hearing new stuff with a different approach, which is good. And
which is as a 20-year listener, that makes a difference because best of is not the same as live.
And you're trying to drive a wedge between him and I. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, LH. And you know what, LH? I'm done. I have been nicer to you than any other talk show host in Tampa. You're banned from Drew. I don't know I don't know if Calta has you banned. I don't know what your situation is, but I might be the last person that allows you on the air, and I've been more than fair with you. I let you get your digs in on me. I let that happen. But when you're just going to be impossible and make stuff up and say, oh, yeah, well, now when Seth was here, it was fun. Oh, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was really fun, and I'm sure it was really good. In fact, I know it was. The numbers show that it was. But for you to say, well, now we're back to you and politics.
It is President's Day, too, and we've kind of put Barack over the top, haven't we?
I mean, I talked about Barack Obama answering 3 questions that are very, very, very pop culturally worthy.
Is LH's package off the table now?
I don't know.
Oh, I just sent Merch Crick an email reminder. So should I send a message?
No,
back?
I'm not going to go back on my word. I promised him Bubba Army stuff. He'll
Look
get
at
it.
you.
Maybe the next time he'll call in and is there anybody besides me that find him almost impossible to deal with? No matter how kind you are, no matter how much you let him talk, how much he berates me and tells me how bad I am. Is there anybody that gets the same feeling, or is it just me feeling sorry for myself?
No, I think a lot of people don't like him. Sometimes I'm curious as to, what he's calling about or what he's going to say next or where he's going, but sometimes that takes a little while.
And you know what, Seth? I really genuinely like his insight into the show. He knows a lot about the show. He listens to every part of the show.
He's been a supporter forever. He's never said a negative thing about me, so I love him.
Want to listen to the show on demand and on the go? Enlist today at BubbaArmyHQ.com. Sign up and start listening. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be back after this.
I've heard it before.
Yeah. Did you see the other guy where the one guy was interpreting it in English in the car? That one's hilarious too. Made me laugh out loud.
Is this a greeting card holiday? People getting Happy President's Day greeting cards?
I don't know. Really?
I don't know.
I got a Happy President's Day cake for you for later. Cupcakes I did.
Someone said abolish greeting day. I don't know if they're talking about Valentine's Day or President's Day.
Bubba, I sent you a video that Jay sent of, Bad Bunny being
Benny he's showing Bad Bunny without the music overlay, just his vocals.
If you click the background track off the Bad Bunny performance on halftime, you'll see why Latino people.
Muchas novias, tengo una mañana otra. Ey, me la voy a llevar a todos con VIP, un VIP. Ey, saludan a Titi, vamos a Titi.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, it's really bad. We've played you these clips of Latin people, some Spanish speakers saying, like, yo, if you click the back.
Two days ahead of time, Michael called me at my house at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, I want to determine when the show starts. I have a concept for the beginning. And the cue was, I'm going to reach up and take my glasses off. And that's when you prepare to roll the track. When he gets on the stage, he's like a general. He takes control. He takes command.
Michael, he always said, like, make him wait for it. You gotta marinate.
What's up with that grill that Paper Towel Willie bought? Is that just available?
What, the Blackstone? That's mine.
No, the grill. He said he bought a grill. You mean like not the thing you roast the pig on?
No, the Blackstone that he bought.
I don't. What's a Blackstone?
What up, Dick Merchant? Morning.
The grill that he bought for Bart.
Oh, I thought this was like a propane grill.
It is.
On Blackstone?
It's the brand's called Blackstone.
Oh!
The brand's called Blackstone.
Yeah. I was gonna take that.
I'm taking it in my house.
I just had to reservice Tony, like titanium, submariner, excuse me.
Days ahead of time, Michael called me.
Anti-submersible. So it came back perfect. He loves it. He absolutely loves it.
Flat top. Blackstone flat top. It's just all out there glistening and shit in the rain, looking good.
Yeah,
What's up, Robert?
Is it the kind that instead of having grills, it's like a flat top? Yeah, I like that. That kind of griddle,
Lummy?
that kind of griddle thing is awesome.
He's not here.
No, he.
I thought that they did. Seth, did you see it where they took Michael Jackson's halftime performance and acapellaed it without the lyrics? Lummy, I'm trying to find where they took Michael Jackson's halftime performance and took the music out, and it's just.
Just him? Just his voice, or?
Yeah, okay.
I didn't see that at all.
I thought they eliminated like what I'm doing here with Bad Bunny.
Okay.
What up, Mrs. A. Watley? Go US MFP, Jonesy, Holyoke Joe. How's everyone doing? 20 seconds, Mike out. What up, Grouper Lips?
Some people are saying the Epstein files exonerates Michael Jackson. I don't understand. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen enough of that yet.
Power Screen of Florida. Rock solid and rugged quality. Power Screen of Florida, the experts in design and manufacture of crushing, screening, washing, grinding, and recycling equipment. With locations in Florida, Georgia, Texas, Dominican Republic, and Central America, there's got to be one near you. Real simple to get a hold of them, my friends. PowerscreenFLA.com. Power Screen of Florida. Rock solid, rugged quality.
Okay, Bubba's out of the bathroom and back behind the microphone. And now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Here's the article I saw from Daily Mail today. Let me know if you find that. Just tell me if you find it or not.
Okay.
Just blurt right in, regardless of what I'm doing. I thought I saw it one time, and it'd be a great comparison to what I got lined up with the Bad Bunny deal, the acapella version. If you take the music away from Bad Bunny's performance, a lot of people are being very critical of it.
Still?
Well, just
a little mumbly.
Just that, like, Latin people are...
Spanish people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that Savannah Guthrie, it says Savannah Guthrie is considering leaving Today's show for good amidst hellish search for missing mom. Insiders say Savannah Guthrie is reportedly considering leaving her role as the host of NBC's flagship program, The Today Show, as a massive search for her mother. Nancy enters into her second week. Nancy, 84, vanished on February 1 from her home, blah, 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 blah. Savannah is perhaps one of the most recognized faces in the network news, having appeared first in NBC back in 2007. Sources have told News Nation that the exhaustive and traumatic search for her mom has forced Savannah to reconsider her position in the public eye. This absolutely came out of the blue, and I think she's concerned it was because of her job. Some people say that they felt as if she's blaming herself because she did during the holidays kind of a cooking segment from her mother's home, which may have given the bad guys kind of gaslighted her mom, but didn't really mean to. And I heard that she's, somewhat that maybe that's the issue.
I wouldn't blame her if this was truly a ransom. I mean, why would you go back? You just lost your mother. You're just going to go start at the Today Show in the morning and be like, "Hey, good morning, Seth. How you doing, buddy? How was your weekend? Tell me about you." I mean, I just don't know. How do you go on?
Well,
and by the way, she looks like she's aged 10 years. My heart is dying for her. I couldn't even imagine someone taking my 87-year-old mother. 84? She's almost 3 weeks.
I could see where you would need an extended time off, a lot.
Months.
But not completely walk away from it.
Would you need resolution? Like, okay, she's either dead or not?
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't go back until it was resolved.
I would need some type of closure.
Yes.
Yes. So I hope I hope they find her. Hope she's okay. And I hope there's a huge celebration of life that she's okay. But the longer you go, the less it's looking like it's going to be that. Stone Temple Pilots fans have mixed reaction with their new singer Jeffrey Gutt. Now, didn't Chester Bennington front for STP for a while?
He did.
When when Scott Weiland died?
Yeah, Weiland.
Is Scott Weiland?
Yep.
Scott Weiland, and then Chester stepped in and nailed it. I mean, Stone Temple Pilot fans, you're into music more than I am, but I remember Chester stepping in and STP fans were like, yeah.
Yeah, he did a great job.
And then this guy not so much. People aren't really feeling this guy.
What do you, at this point,
especially following those two, right?
But he's not Scott Weiland. Like, he didn't write this music. It's not coming from his soul. It's always going to be different.
It's a Vegas show.
It's tough because what are the guitar are the DeLeo brothers? I forgot what their name. Are they just supposed to give up? I can understand why they would want to go on. It's just, people say
it's such a distinctive voice. It's like Alice in Chains when they had that singer who was actually pretty good. They came out with a pretty good album, and then another band member died. This is. Do they have the original guitarist with him? Is that the whole deal, Seth?
I think so.
How's he sound?
I hope so.
I think I don't really think he sounds that bad.
He's fine, but Scott Weiland almost had the Kurt Cobain. He sounded tortured. That there was something wrong with his soul, and you could hear that.
And
in
then
his music.
Chester did too.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Chester did too.
So did Lane Stanley.
So talk about two tough acts to follow.
He kind of looks like him.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like him. I agree with you, Seth. He's trying to do his movements.
And look at the crowd.
It's an older crowd at this point, Bubba.
We still move at these concerts. I've been to some old people concerts.
Here we go. Let's listen to this part. It's not that bad.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I love the original band. It's terrible. It's karaoke. If it was Simon Cowell, he'd blast him on American Idol. Terrible. Absolutely
But it's
horrible.
nobody's fault, right?
No,
he
it's just that he sucks.
He sucks.
He's just terrible at trying to do a cosplay of Weiland, and it's a terrible cosplay.
Be almost like nobody could ever step in for Pearl Jam and be Eddie Vedder.
No way.
No
way.
It's unreplicatable.
Try to be Chris Cornell. Try to be Lane Sonata. There's certain voices. Robert Smith from The Cure. There's people that'll never be replicatable.
There's only one guy in the history of rock and roll.
The little guy from Journey?
No, he's not even. And they're not because they're not
pretty good, though.
No, but hold on. He's good. He's good at singing Journey songs, but Journey hasn't been relevant in a new song since he joined. I'm gonna mention one name, and there's only one name that was able to go in, plug in, and sell more records than the original dude, and that is Brian Johnson.
Oh, I got another guy
from AC/DC. He, obviously.
What about Sammy Hagar?
No.
Oh, he didn't take Van Halen to a whole new level?
I don't think so.
I liked Van Halen 1, not Van Halen 2, but he's arguably there.
I mean, yes, it wasn't a failure. It was different, but it wasn't a failure.
He didn't play the David Lee Roth songs, though, did he?
It'd be interesting to see of Van Halen, Van Hagar, where they sold did David Lee Roth sell more records for Van Halen, or did they sell more with David Lee, or did they sell more with Sammy Hagar?
Yeah, and I think the more relevant question that I should have, and I just stuck my nose in, is did he ever sing David Lee Roth songs? And if he did, they would have sounded terrible.
He did.
Oh, he did.
Who was the guy that took over for Howard Stern?
I don't know.
That was David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth.
Oh boy!
And it literally lasted 3 months, and CBS says we've got to stop this immediately.
David Lee Roth sold 40 million albums. Sammy Hagar sold 25 to 30 million.
I was right on that
really?
one. I was right on that one. But look at this. So Bon Scott. You got Highway to Hell. You got Shoot to Three. You got, I forget, If You Want Blood, You Got It.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dirty Deeds. I mean, Bon Scott had AC/DC, like they were the and then here comes Brian Johnson and his first album that he co-wrote. He wrote half of the songs, and his first album is Back in Black.
He made me a fan, for sure.
I've met him several times. I would consider him a pretty good friend. Him and his wife Brenda, and one of the greatest livestocks of all time is Jesse Dupree. Was a really good friend of me and the program director Brad Hardens. And Jesse was like, "Hey, I talked to Brian, and Brian said he'll come up, and we'll just do Jackal for like 30 minutes, and then Brian will get up and we'll do straight AC/DC." And so basically, Jackal played the music and Brian sang AC/DC songs with Jesse. It was unbelievable. But I mean, I can't think of any other rock band whose replacement went on to do, 10 times the amount that the guy that he replaced,
I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, that's probably it. So this this has been circulating around, and did you find the Michael Jackson one, or is that one?
It doesn't. It's not.
It's not there.
No.
Okay. So, of course, a lot of people talking about the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance. A lot of people that don't speak Spanish. A lot of people didn't quite get it, and people are taking it and further redacting it down to now they've taken the music out of it and just did the vocal isolations, and it sounds stupid. Like it doesn't even sound like he has any talent.
Background track off the Bad Bunny performance at halftime, you'll see why Latino people are like, this ain't even Spanish. Watch this.
Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Ey, muchas novias. Tengo una, mañana otra. Pero no hay boda. Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Ey, muchas novias. Tengo a una, mañana otra. Ey, me la voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP. Ey, saludan a Titi, vamos a Titi.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's really bad. We've played you these clips of Latin people, so Spanish speakers, saying yo, this is not even Spanish. We don't understand them either. What is this?
To all the English-speaking Americans that are upset that Bad Bunny is going to perform at the Super Bowl because you guys won't be able to understand him, don't worry. Us Latinos can't understand him either.
I speak Spanish. I don't know what he's saying at all.
En la guagua se siente el olor de tu perfume.
So the Bad Bunny performance ended at the Super Bowl halftime show, and I didn't understand a f***ing thing he said.
That's the most revealing. Look at the stadium.
There's Nick Hogan. That's Nick Hogan's white trash brother is there. Look, hold on. Reports are that Nick Hogan has been seen outside of the WWE Performance Center in Orlando the last couple weeks.
Mm-hmm. Really?
In my opinion, the fans are going to take the biggest shiz ever on that. You try to shove that down their throat. In my opinion. Seth, you're more the WWE guy than I am. I mean, what's your opinion on that? I don't think they buy. I think that they're like that. Stop. This isn't your dad.
I didn't know that he was training to become a wrestler. I haven't heard anything about WWE signing him at all. I feel like that would be big news if he got like a development deal.
I don't think he's been signed. I think he's just kind of been. I think they're kind of trying him out to see if potentially they could give him a developmental deal.
Is he in his mid-30s?
Yeah, he's 36.
I mean, is that a tough time to start wrestling?
Yes.
But I guess if your dad's the Hulkster, then it's in you.
Yeah, I guess. I think Brooke would have a better chance.
You're right.
If you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn.
If you click the background track off the Bad Bunny performance.
All right. And finally, before words, this is a little tough. New Jersey teacher got pregnant by a student that she'd been grooming, and then broke the teen's heart by having an abortion.
Well, that's the ultimate flip.
Well, I mean, she actually did him a favor, but she's probably in jail right now.
I think for 10 years.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
A twisted New Jersey teacher who groomed and abused 2 students ended up getting pregnant by one of them. Then broke the heart by getting an abortion. Broke the kid's heart by getting an abortion. It was revealed that she was sentenced to 10 years in prison. I mean, by teacher standards, pretty high.
Not bad for 37.
And a freshman.
Julie Rizzaterlo, who was an English teacher at the Wall Township High School, had told one of her victims that she had gotten pregnant after convincing him to have unprotected sex with her on his birthday. Hell of a birthday present when you're 16.
Yeah.
And the 37-year-old mom, so she's married, I'm assuming with a kid, later informed the teenager who she'd groomed as a freshman that she terminated the pregnancy. Not only does he have to deal with the fact that he's groomed through his entire high school years, that he was preyed upon by his teacher who he loved and trusted, that he was sexually abused by his teacher, but now he's struggling to come to terms with the fact that the individual had an abortion and he wasn't comfortable with it. This has a psychological impact. Well, you know what? Having a kid at 16 also has a psychological impact, too.
When your mom's in prison.
when the baby mama is married to a 40-year-old man and she's in prison.
And you're 16.
The disgraced teacher who pled guilty last year to 2 counts of sexual assault abuse abused each of her victims for months at a time, said prosecutors. The first boy with whom she got pregnant was a freshman when she started grooming him in 2017. She told him that she dreamed of having sex with him, and then they did have sex multiple times in 2017 and 18. This is grooming. It is traditional grooming that I've seen every week here in this courthouse, said the judge. This behavior of a standard sexual. This is the behavior of a standard sexual predator. You're no different, the judge told the teacher, according to the Jersey Shore Online. She had also targeted another boy, an 18-year-old, in 2024.
Can you really target an 18-year-old?
I don't think you can.
It was a junior, so there's a reason why.
I'm going to drop that one.
Well, the problem she got with those is that she was contacting them after she was arrested about deleting evidence.
That's
a problem.
The teacher copped to having sex with both boys at her home, in parking lots, and even in the even at her family-owned bagel shop. Hey, come on down, get a bagel and a schmear, and some teacher ass.
Well, she hired.
Where do I sign up for that?
She had them both hired, so they had jobs too.
Oh, come down here, sell bagels, and at your halftime, you can bend me over the bagel machine.
I'll pay you to do it.
When the teacher kept interrupting to deny being a groomer, the judge snapped and said, "Stop shaking your head. Those are the facts." After she was arrested in 2024, prosecutors say she contacted both victims and asked them to scrub their phones. These crimes are not isolated incidents constituting moments of poor judgment. They are textbook cases of grooming involving a defendant who repeatedly leveraged tactics of isolation, manipulation, and control for the sake of her own selfish purposes. The egregious nature of the conduct was further compounded by the plain fact that the emotional and psychological harm she inflicted at the expense of these two of the very same young minds that she'd been entrusted to develop and nurture. So this is, again, part of the problem was she was a person of power.
Exactly.
Of these people.
And with a 14-year-old, you can see how that power advantage could be taken advantage of a 14-year-old. A freshman, I would not want that for my 14-year-old when he was a freshman to have.
But when he was a senior.
When he was 18?
Yeah.
I mean,
if he's 18,
I'm not condoning anything with teachers. You're not, but if when my son was an adult, I treat him. He's not with regard to that part of his life. He's an adult.
You would just have to calm Candle down. If Trey got busted at 18 for blasting a teacher, you would just have to talk her out of it. She would be the one that wanted to
would not be happy.
Stick the bitch.
I would not be happy, but I guess in Florida, I don't even know if that's criminal still because they're a teacher. Maybe it is.
It is.
Because for normal people, it wouldn't be. So if it was just like a 24-year-old or a 37-year-old woman, I would still say to him, "Son, you may maybe get in your own decade." I mean, that's kind of gross.
No, but like if you're a senior and you're 18,
a junior though.
Okay,
so he's a little slower.
He's a little slow.
Yeah.
But if you're in a person of power. Regardless of even if the guy flunked twice and he was 19.
That's the problem.
If she's a teacher at that school and is a person of power over that student, regardless of his age, it's a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about this earlier. We're going to words. Tool has been talking to the Sphere about a potential residency in 2027.
You're kidding me. Would you go? You wouldn't. Seth, would you go? You
I'd
don't like
go,
Tool at
yeah.
all. Oh, you would?
I'd check him. I've seen A Perfect Circle. I feel like I have to see Tool. That'd be a great place to see him.
Best concert I've ever seen.
In a new interview, the drummer Danny Carey shared the band's hopes to release a new album in 2027.
Yep.
Which would be paired with a residency at Vegas, at the Vegas venue, which is the Sphere. And Dan already said, count him in. He's going.
I heard U2 was looking at a residency. I feel like they're going to get fighting over a lot of big name acts. That
U2 has been there.
U2,
did they?
Yeah, they did. Okay. I think they did like maybe 8 shows there.
They did a month. 40 dates there.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay.
They did 6 months.
They did 40 dates there.
And then Eagles did it right after them. Metallica's now talking.
Oh,
to them
Metallica.
also.
That's who it was. You're right. Okay.
So let me. I got something. I don't want to. I may have to have Jay Broker it. I don't know. But I have, obviously, Luther Campbell, Uncle Luke, former lead singer of 2 Live Crew, most recently a head football coach in Miami who just resigned so that he could announce his run for Congress in the 20th district of Florida, which is in that Miami-Dade area. But I got something. I got Uncle Luke having phone sex when I was on Sirius XM. This was broadcast over the air with Alexis Texas, or Texas Alexis, whatever her name. And Luke is talking about urinating on her. And I mean, like, really, really,
oh, geez, this campaign's over before it started.
Really, really. Like, if this ever got out, it would be like, he's done.
What about the lyrics to his music? I mean, he's always been controversial for that. I mean, do you think he kind of sidesteps having sex with a porno star because everybody kind of knows what his past was?
I don't know. Maybe you're right on that. Maybe that's no big deal.
I don't know. This is more like the Sterling Sharp stuff. It's it's salacious and it's
Shannon Sharp.
Excuse me, Shannon Sharp.
Don't put Shirley. Poor Sterling. In there.
Yeah, excuse me. Let me correct that. I think it's more like that.
Can I send it to you?
I don't want to make the decision.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if it's true, it's true. It's just a matter of whether or not you choose to submarine him, because it would submarine him.
Should I get a hold of John Morgan, maybe?
Yes.
Is that the guy or Tom Bean?
I assume he's running for Democratic seat.
Yeah, we'll get to that story next. But man, you should.
Do you have the clip?
I don't have the clip here.
Is it hot?
It's on my lap. It's on my laptop that I'll bring in tomorrow.
Bubba Raw. It's not something you could play on regular.
Oh, you couldn't play this anywhere. You couldn't play this on YouTube. You couldn't play this on.
What about OnlyFans? Naughty boy.
You could play it there. You could play it there. I could post it up on our OnlyFans. No, I couldn't because I don't have a permission slip from him.
So the 20th district is Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, and Pompano.
West Palm's not going to want to hear this stuff. Let me find it. We'll make our determinations once I find it.
If you liked that segment, then you'll definitely like the new redesigned BubbaArmyHQ.com. We'll be back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Good enough, Seth. I mean.
It's Amy's birthday.
Yeah, FTE Amy.
I already texted her.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, FTE Amy.
I only know because Larry Plummer wished her a happy birthday on Facebook.
Black Guy in Cali, Holy Oak Joe. Morning, Rob Woody.
Larry M 678 to 83 months.
Bad Company's funny, Jay Baller. That's not bad. Pity's is much cooler than mine. His is Ted Nugent. His brother brought him. Mine was, I think, a flock of seagulls and the Go-Go's. You remember your first concert?
Now you're gonna be thinking about that.
You remember your first concert, Seth?
Kid Rock.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Mine was AC/DC when I was 16.
That's unreal.
My mom let me drive her car through a snowstorm by myself to Notre Dame and watched them. And there were two Mexicans guys smoking pot in front of me, and I'd never been exposed to that.
Oh my God! Did they make you blow them?
That's it.
No.
Did you call deportation services
No,
on that?
I just was enjoying the fucking. It was during the For Those About to Rock tour.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, those illegal aliens bred illegal aliens, and now that's why we have a problem.
No, I don't know.
That's the whole plot of Dazed and Confused. You lived it in person. Getting to the concert.
I mean, like in today's standard, like things were so much different. So it would be like driving from here to Orlando in a hurricane because it was an absolute snowstorm.
Yep.
They closed the roads. My mom let me take her fucking station wagon, her family truckster station wagon, all by myself. There were no cell phones. There were no maps. To South Bend, park myself. I had one ticket that I bought at the Karma Record Center, and went to the concert. It was a Thursday night, and she said, as long as you can get up for school on Friday, you can go.
That's amazing. Yeah, that is incredible.
AC/DC comes back to Notre Dame this summer, but probably the stadium. I saw them.
Brian and his wife were big car people too.
At the
They
ACC.
race. I met his wife at Sebring before
It's
racing.
live at Notre Dame Stadium.
Yeah, they're playing a stadium.
That's
they
amazing.
played where Notre Dame plays basketball when I went.
I've never seen them. If I get a chance, if they come to Florida, I would love to see
They've been here. They did 2 dates here.
Yeah, they did last year.
Where would they do it here in Tampa?
Raymond James.
Raymond James.
They did?
Yeah, and you could have gone.
Yeah, I was out. That was when I was doing surf range and stuff. So I wasn't here for it.
Yeah.
Well, if they come back, Bubba, we'll do it in the stadium together.
Okay,
Let's
buddy.
go together.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much more shelf life those guys got.
Yeah, I think it was like their final tour.
Yeah, but Rolling Stones have been doing a final tour since I was in high
Yeah,
school.
but he's already talked about not doing more.
Brian can't belt it out like he used to.
Yeah.
No, I don't see how he could. That would be difficult. Everyone in chat's got some really cool first concerts. Amazing.
Let's check out that first concert already.
Morning, everybody. Let's get those likes up there, please.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show, listener supported via PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App, all at the Bubba Army, now returns.
I'm telling you, the audio I have for Uncle Luke having phone sex with a porn star, Lummy, is either a huge nothing burger, and I'm thinking that it's something that it's really not, or it could really be a problem. Here's the story declaring his candidacy.
Another career milestone may be on the horizon for Uncle Luke, the rapper.
I don't know if I'm that woman, if that's not necessarily the most flattering thing you could wear.
You know, sleeves are overrated these days.
Turned activist Luther Campbell says he is running for Congress. Campbell says he resigned as Miami Edison High School's football coach in January so he could run to represent the U.S. House seat for Florida's 20th district. Sheila Sherfless McCormick has held this seat since 2022, but she is facing federal charges accused of stealing a $5 million overpayment of government disaster funds. We caught up with Campbell as he films his upcoming documentary, but he tells us all of his attention is on his upcoming campaign.
The campaign is going to be fun. You know, I'm not running away from who I am as an artist. I'm not trying to be somebody that I'm not. I'm not running away from my past.
Okay, there's your answer, Bubba.
Yeah, there you go.
As is what it is. You know,
I don't know. Mine is so dirty, Jay, that it may not be run away. Like, you might not be able to run away from this.
I'm a regular person. I'm not a career politician. I'm a businessman, and we're going to have fun.
And I like to pee on chicks.
Oh. If you take him down, you could get a Republican in the seat.
Campbell has run for office once before. He ran
Look how
for Miami-Dade
Seth's thinking now. This is horrible.
County mayor back in the 2011 special election. He finished fourth with 11% of the vote.
Hell, I got more than that. My sheriff deal.
Look at the Democrats having going up. I mean, someone is accused of stealing $5 million and someone who had the most graphic lyrics of anyone in our lifetime shaming women.
Oh, there we go. Didn't fire. Jay, we know that you got trial mode, and we'll be having Steve tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Lummy, we'll do an after show on, let's say, 15. 20,
sounds good.
20, and then we got a Zoom deal, right?
Yes, you do.
What time's our Zoom?
11:30.
11:30. Okay, fantastic. We'll see you guys then.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lummit.
It's Seth, co-host and president of podcasting.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter programming.
Gene Lasker, voice of the people. Glad you get to hear me.
Gary Cantrell, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.